Hello there.
Hello there, indeed. I tell you what, right? It's really weird because there's like a sort of sound of kind of waves in that tune there are, which I thought was kind of nice. I thought Tech would appreciate it because he likes traveling and he likes that sort of thing. Whenever I think of you, Tech, and going out and clubbing and stuff like that, I always think. And it was always one of my favourite times, especially if I ever sort of venture to Ibiza, is in the mornings when you're watching the sun come up. You know what I mean? It's sort of like the new beginning again. And so that's why I kind of like that and kind of seeing the waves and all that sort of thing. And then as that's finishing off, I'm like, it sounds different to what I remember before. It's not. It's raining outside. It's I've been in a caravan, but we've been petered by rain. But anyway, folks, we're back. This is London Tech. We haven't done it it's been a while, actually. I hadn't even started building that. That's how long ago it was since we started doing one. Arguably, some people have said I've ruined it with the birds, but there we go. There's the plan. Nobody could stop me. What can I say? But anyway, before I get to see who's out there watching us at the moment. How you doing, Tech? How's it been?
Very good, man. I'm very good. I'm excited to be doing no London Tech again. When the set that Greg's going to be building came out, I was like, it makes sense, right, to compare it. We've got Krennic Shuttle here to compare to the new Scythe. So I haven't built this one. Greg hadn't obviously got that one. He got Xavi, I think, kindly supplied this one for you, Greg. Right?
I have. I have. I got. Thank you so much for saying as well. Yeah, today, folks, this is kind of like a really cool one because it didn't. I mean, this is a cool set. It's roughly about £90, and it was down to my friends at Xavi who sent this to me. So here we go, folks. So thank you, Xavi. And you know what, folks? Honestly, I'm not joking, right? They do really cool discounts all year round, and I tell you what, right? They've done some great discounts recently, and I'm not just saying that; they genuinely have. And I'm always trying to save the community money wherever we can, and definitely Xavi is definitely one of those people or one of those retailers that you want to get yourself over there and familiar with. And if you want to, I'm not saying you have to, but use that affiliate link that I've got down in the description below as well. So anyway, thank you, Xavi, and thank you, Tech, for being here as well. These I love that set. That set basically, I think I built that set, and then I built quite soon after that the one that was used in Andor. What was it? The Emperor's Shuttle. That one. I built that. So you had like Princess Leia wearing her kind of Andor outfit and stuff like that. Nice. Oh, that is a great set. And I'm like, you know what? I genuinely love building shuttles. I think they're amongst my favorite vehicles. And the interesting thing about your one and mine, and I don't actually know this because I don't know the lore probably as well as you do. Well, I definitely don't actually. But I would say that these look as though they're constructed in the same factory.
I believe so. I was meant to do some little bit of research prior, but it makes absolute sense, right? Like it's a similar time period. They're both black. They're both like triangles. It makes sense that they're from like the same class of a ship or like from the same manufacturers, like you said. So yeah.
100%, dude, 100%. And you've got some amazing minifigures in that set. In fact, you've got my favorite stormtroopers in that set.
Oh yeah.
And the Death Trooper, man, they are just phenomenal. And I'm really hopeful that we'll get some of those in Andor, and then we'll get some Lego sets with them in it as well, because they're bloody expensive stormtroopers. Those are.
Yep.
They're like megabucks for what they are anyway. So anyway, let's say hello to a few peeps out there as well. Now you've seen what we've got. Also as well, folks, you'll see. I don't know if this was the same for yours, one Tech, when you had yours. But when this came, this wasn't even in a cover or anything like that. It was just loose.
Nah, they just throw it in there now, don't they?
Throw it in there, yeah. Crinkled and everything. These are not too bad. They're kind of a little bit flattened out. And I've a Tech's kind of building this from the off, folks. I've already started building. I'm on bag 3. In fact, I've done bag 3, and of course, I filmed it. I will be showing it back to you later in just a tick. And this is as far as I've got to so far. It's quite an interesting sort of construction. Good use of ball joints to get those angles. And it's a really good set. In fact, I've watched a couple of reviews, including Tech's own one. He's done his 69-second one. And it's amazing. It's really, really good. Check it out. It's basically everything you'll get in long format in 69 seconds, which is awesome. It really is. You can watch it in between adverts and all sorts of things. It's very, very cool. So anyway, let's say hello to a few peeps that are out there. We've got Irish fan of Lego. Good to see you, dude. Hope you've had a top weekend. Minifig who apparently he's put his back out. That's not a good thing, mate. Take it easy, and I don't know, but keep keep mobile. That's generally what physiotherapists like to say these days. Keep mobile. Got Steve Weezer out there as well. Hello, London Bridge Bricks. Hello, Steve. Good to have you here, my friend. And who else we got out there? I saw King Aldendorf. 23 people out there. Come on, folks. Let's see if we can creep up to at least. I don't know. Let's aim for about 25. Let's be realistic, shall we? There's a lot of streamers on tonight, that's for sure. But that's the way it goes. There might be a lot of streamers out there, but there is only one London Tech. There really is, folks. I changed the font and everything. I got my font, and I kind of gave you a bit of a racier one.
There we go.
I did.
I like it racy.
It's very cool, very cool. Okay, I even did a what's the name last night? The on the advert. I say last night, it was London Calling on Friday. But check out this font, folks. Tell me what you think, folks. Do you like the font that I've chosen for London and Tech? Tell me what you think. Honestly, those few keynotes put me in a completely chilled mode. Every time I listen to them, I start listening to that when I go to bed at night. It's like a calming sensation.
Greg's getting all nice and zen now.
I am, honestly. I love it. I love it, and I totally enjoyed my extra hours laying this morning. Did you manage to get yourself a bit of a lane as well, dude?
I did a little bit. I was on taxi duty last night. So I did. It wasn't a mega late one, to be fair. So I got away quite lightly. But no, I did enjoy. And
that's why I thought you was out clubbing last night, because I thought, blimey, I woke up in the middle of the night because I was warm. It was really mild last night.
Yeah.
It was. I was walking around in shorts and t-shirt yesterday. That's how warm it was in London. And I'm like, blimey. And bearing in mind, this was at this point, it's 6 o'clock in the morning or so. And he said, actually, 2 hours ago. I was like, blimey, he's keen. He must be out getting on it, sort of thing. But he's on taxi service. He's at that sort of age. He's not even got kids and he's on taxi service. We've got Jake Herrick. Jake's been a little while, mate. He says, geez, Thomas, you could be a little festive like Greg is. This is him being festive. Honestly, I had to negotiate to put this much Halloween stuff behind me. But
I thought you said you were going to do the old face paint and makeup.
I was going to do it, and then Tex said no, he wasn't really that into it, and I was like, well, I'm not going to do it then, anyway. I'm going to look like a right so and so. But there we go. What can I say? It's a thought that counts. It really is. And but yeah, Tech is I don't know. I think a Tech's room is a scene out of Saw or something like that. I don't know. We've got Mother Brick out there. Good day to you, Mother Brick. Lovely to see you. Hope all is well. KO saying, hello there, Gazzy, a.k.a. the minifigure. If anyone could do me a little favour as well, just let me know how West Ham are doing against Man United. We were losing 1-0. Bloody Rashford about 38th minute, but there we go. And we've got the gorgeous Isabel Louise out there. She says, hi, Greg and chat. Happy Sunday, Halloween Eve. It is the eve of Halloween. Love that. Anyway, okay, folks. So look, this is where I've got to at the moment. I've built 3 of the minifigures already, and well, it's actually the Inquisitors, to be fair, from the series. There was actually another Inquisitor in the series, but they seem to have not. He didn't really say much, to be fair. He was just doing the odd nod, from what I can remember. These are really cool minifigures. The main Inquisitor. What's the main Inquisitor called? He's not like
Grand Inquisitor.
Grand, that's it. I was thinking Prime Inquisitor. That name, right? And then we got Reva, and then we got the 5th brother, who is my favourite because I just like his matador hat that he's got, and the lightsaber. And but these lightsabers now, I've noticed that they are actually frosted. I didn't notice that until I was kind of listened to a review. I was like, oh, yeah, they've gone that way. These are 3 very good minifigures. They really are, folks. And I think in the last one we get to build Kenobi, who's it's a good rendition of Kenobi, but it's just not a great rendition of Kenobi. Tech, I got to ask this, right? You're a Clone Wars fan, and I'm just wondering, did they ever come up with Kenobi as a General Kenobi in his sort of general outfit?
Yes, but it had like the weird like Clone Wars animation style.
Oh, yeah, the big eyes on it, did it?
Yeah, so it's like the 2000 and I think was it the 2008 gunship had him in. Yeah. I believe they did did they? I don't even know if they did a Jedi Starfighter for Obi-Wan with that one. I can't remember now. I can't think what other sets he come in. Oh, he come in the pirate tank. With Hondo in. That's a great. That is a very, very cool one. A great set. Good minifigures in that. A shame they had the big eyes, wasn't it? I mean, it was a thing then, wasn't it? But it kind of came as.
But I tell you what, I don't know if you lot out there have watched Tales of the Jedi, and I've watched it. I'm not joking, 3 times. And I can't get enough of Dooku at the moment. I think everyone is like, yeah, if I was Dooku, I would have done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And I've got to be honest, Tech, and I haven't watched your and please do watch this, folks, because he does go into it. You talk about it on Friday night on your live stream, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Right. I don't think Windu came out of that at all well.
Mate, I said this, like, Windu, for even in the live action stuff, like, he is not at all a likable character, but he's so well loved because everyone loves Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
like he is actually a horrible character that's just got no appeal to him whatsoever.
He hasn't. He was horrible to Anakin, and he was horrible to Dooku, and Dooku could definitely take him out, I reckon. Anyway,
yeah.
A sword fight. Anyway, if it came to a laser sword fight, a lightsaber fight, Dooku he would take anyone on his day. It's just I loved it, man. I was like, my God, I was really emphasizing with it, the empathy coming through me for him. I was like, dude, you're the good guy in this, but you join the villains to kind of make things better. It was great. It was just amazing, folks. If you see it,
very well done.
And he kind of overshadowed Ahsoka a bit. I felt because, like, I love Ahsoka, but I was like, oh my God, Dooku was just sensational. And I thought, well, maybe it's just me because I'm like, Dooku's my favorite character. But I was like, dude, they were good stories, and to have Qui-Gon Jinn back, and I don't know if you know this, Tech, and I have not heard it anywhere else. But did anyone notice? And I only noticed this because I watched it a few times. In all the Dooku tales, all 3 episodes, every single episode, there's always leaves falling in trees. In every single one. So the first episode, you've got like all the trees are dead in that village. Then in the second one, it was autumn and the leaves were falling in, when they were looking for where that other Jedi got assassinated, right? And then he was standing at the tree with the leaves falling for Qui-Gon. And I was like, oh, that really kind of did it for me. It really did. I was like, oh God, this is like, I got goose. Look at the goosebumps, folks, on my arms. I'm just thinking about it. Honestly, stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, this is like proper symbolic stuff going on. And it was so well done. It really was. Anyway, you lovely lot out there, do check them out. So anyway, I've got to bag 4 now. And you're probably thinking, how did I get to bag 4? Well, anyway, I'll show you how I got to bag 4. Because as always, folks, I film just about everything I possibly can, at least within legal terms, anyway. But anyway, just before we go to that, I just want to say hello to Topic Bricks. He's out there. He was in on London Calling on Friday. He was. He was. I think he was in his own way. He was. And
he was there. I don't know if he was there. I don't know if he was present.
Topic. We're only saying that because Tech was sending me foul pictures of you. He was. But
it
anyway,
wasn't foul. It just looked like he was asleep. That was all.
He was checking his analytics, wasn't he? He had his new video coming out. Lord of the Ringos or something. He was called. Anyway, Topic Bricks he's a top bloke. Check him out, folks. If you want to know anything about Harry Potter, he's your man. He really is. Anyway, Minark, as always, he says, don't show Star Wars theme well, but supporting 2 friends. Thank you so much for my friend. And obviously, this sort of thing, folks, when that kind of thing happens, and seeing this is Star Wars, detach cable.
Detach cable. Cable detached.
So thank you for that, Minark. I do appreciate that. And you've got a couple of different ways if you want to support the channel, folks. Actually, you've got 3 ways, right? You can use the affiliate link for Zavi, who, of course, kindly gifted me this set. Or, of course, you could join the membership, become a bigger part of the LBB family. Or, of course, do what Minark's just beautifully done and give us a super chat. I'll stick your name up there on the London wall. And then in a week or so, I'll give you a shout out on Instagram as well. So there's quite a few perks in that one. We've got Disney 95 mini carty. That's got to be one of your lot, isn't it, Tech?
I don't think it is, but welcome. I love the name.
Well, lovely. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. A great avatar as well. Lovely to have you here, Disney 95 mini carty. Very, very cool. So anyway, folks, here we go. Topic Bricks is giving it some love out there as well. He is a good looking bloke. we came to that conclusion on Friday, certainly.
Did you say he looked like Dracula?
Yeah, I do like Dracula. Dracula's a good looking bloke, isn't he? I like. You know, that's what I'm saying. See, he's got both, and he's vampires. You know. Anyway, how did I get to here? Well, anyway, folks, this is how I got to Bag 4. Sit back, enjoy the tune, and enjoy the speed build. Here it comes.
Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue. Stars, I keep seeing stars inside your eyes. In my mind, I'm holding on to all the sparks flying through the dark while we collide. Tell me that I'm all you ever wanted. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, right into you. Underwater, I'm under, but I'm high. I can't let go of the way you love me better. Thought I could never touch the sky, but you got me holding heaven. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, right into you. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, right into you.
Am I that obvious, Tech? Am I that obvious? I tell you, it was the beginning of all that. It was the beginning of it all. It really was. It was good fun, though. Good fun, dude. So, what's your first impressions then so far of the set you're building?
It's not a lot, to be honest. It's classic Star Wars. It's a lot of Technic beams and pins for later bags, I think, at the moment. But I think it's gonna be fairly sizable. You know, I think it's gonna be all right.
It's definitely the same sort of size. I'd say it's taller than this, but it's not lengthwise bigger. But there is a lot to build. There's a lot of Technic stuff to do in there.
Yeah, really one thing I will say I haven't seen before, I don't think at least, is putting a sticker on like a Technic beam like this.
Yeah,
on the side of a Technic beam. I don't think I've seen that before, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think he was right. I think I said the reason I say it like that, like I'm so vague, is that I think I remember saying it because I think I built mine on a live stream.
Yeah,
I built it ages ago as well. I mean, it was just. In fact, you know what? I like this set so much. I actually did go and buy another one. I got it on Facebook Market, and do you know what? I picked it up right for 35 quid.
Decent. Yeah,
the guy. This was about a good year and a half before the pandemic. And the guy had it on there for weeks and weeks. And I just thought, you know what? I made him an offer of 20 quid. And I messaged him and said, I'll take it off your hands for 20 quid. Because I just saw that it'd been there for ages. And he went, I'll take 35 for it. I went, oh, right then. And that's what I did. Because I liked it that much. But you've just got some great figures on it. Oh, in fact, if I remember right, one of the main figures in it is K2SO. Isn't he in that one?
The figure selection on to be fair, on both of these sets are banging. Like K2SO, Krennic, obviously.
Yep.
Bodhi Rook as well, another part of the Rebel squad. Like
yeah, Bodhi.
Yeah,
I liked Bodhi.
Yeah, cool. I like Riz Ahmed. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, definitely is, man. Right, let's put that on there. It goes on there like that.
Hey, Brick Hive, how you doing? Hey, Tim. Sorry, I finally pulled up the chat. Mark, good to see you guys. Rosie, hello. Mother Brick, Minifig Who, King Oldendorf, I think has just popped out. But yeah, good to see you guys. Hope you're all doing well.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys have all had a good weekend. Hope you all tuned in as well. It's Good Morning Brickwell this morning.
Yeah, so Amber Lai was on there this morning. That was nice.
She was. It was a good show. And there was do check it out, folks, over on Brick Hive's channel. I was weird seeing it this early. Could America? I think. Hive, you can tell us this. I think your times change next week.
Sounds about right. Yeah, because I remember there was a bit of a confusion once with mockumentary.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, where I turned up an hour late, although it wasn't an hour late technically, because we didn't really discuss it, to be honest. I didn't realize that the clocks went back at different times abroad up until that point.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's forgivable. That's quite forgivable, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the other 7 or 8 times I was asleep that probably wasn't.
yeah, that does get you out. That does, because we thought that on Friday. Everyone now assumes you're napping tech.
Yeah, fairs, I guess.
Yeah, you can't get away from that. But how are your legs now since you've kind of completed the London Marathon?
They're better. I'm gonna start running in the next week or two, I think. So I obviously I didn't want to even chance aggravating it at all. Obviously still having to go to work and stuff. So I didn't really, but I do want to get back into it because I've been eating like a post-marathon runner, but I've not been getting back into the running like a marathoner would. So
that's exactly what happened to me, dude. And it's hard to get out of that. It is.
Yeah, but Christmas is coming around the corner very quickly, so
is it? Yeah.
I can't go into that having binged for 3 months prior. I'll be waddling out of into the new year.
Oh God, can you imagine it? That'd be mad. But it is crazy. Like the calories that you burn when you ran the marathon is pretty sensational, man.
It's mad, yeah.
It really is. Right, okay. Oh, I see. Right. Do you know what? I started building one thing. I put 2 things around the wrong way. I was like, and it's completely thrown it. I was like, well, that don't look right when it's on there. And it's only a little thing. There we go. What can I say? Thanks as well for all the love out there, folks, on Instagram, especially you, Irish fan of Lego, reposting us on a story. That's very kind of you. Do appreciate that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing because for me, the Rogue One wave is what really got me into Star Wars Lego. In all honesty, because and to this day, and let me know what you lovely lot out there think about this as well. To this day, Rogue One was actually my favorite wave.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I missed out on a lot of that. I remember it coming out at the time because I wasn't buying Lego, but I was still like checking in every now and then and seeing stuff. But yeah, it was one of the first things when I got back into it that I was like, right, I'm gonna go buy all of this. I got this, I think, for 90. So it was after it was retired and it was just before the pandemic. So and then after that, it kind of, I think it shot up a lot more now.
Yeah. Well, £90 was pretty much the
retail, wasn't it?
The retail on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was 90, but in terms of inflation, like when you factor in, all sorts of other things, and this inflation being one of them, I guess, these are practically on par, but cost-wise, even parts-wise, there's not much part difference between the two of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're, like I said, very, very comparable. I think I've been thinking this for a while. Like the £90. Actually, what initially made me think of it was Monkey Kid. The £90 price point for that wave always seems to just hit so well. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to look at other themes and maybe thinking the same. Like a lot of the like 20 like the 2018 style Hogwarts sets.
Yeah.
So like the 2020 Great or the 2018 Great Hall, the Clock Tower, the Burrow, like the £90 slot. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty big hit. It's a pretty good hit across a lot of things. If anyone else can think of some other examples of some of that, like I think it's like £90, $100.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really good price point. And don't forget, right? That is. I still remember. It wasn't that long ago. I still remember thinking, "God, Betty, I'm spending £100 on a Lego set.
Yeah,
Madness." And and it was just like I remember, and this is to this day still one of my favorite Star Wars sets. Building the Tantive, and even I thought at that point I was like, "God, this is actually pretty good value for money." Yeah. I think it was 170 if I remember rightly.
Yeah, 175, I think. Yeah,
and that was practically a UCS set. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't far off. It wasn't quite it, but it's not far off it either. But yeah, what a great price point. And you got that for a good. I mean, considering it had retired, you got that at a pretty decent price, mate.
Yeah, like I said, I was like I said, I was going back, and if I could try get them for retail, like all the sets, I was going to be chuffed because Rogue One is just so popular. The figures, I mean, the figures alone in this now, brand new, way exceed the retail value of it. Like Krennic, I think is a £30-40 figure, as is K2SO. I think the Death Troopers are probably 15 to 20 because they're like the specialist ones.
Yeah. They got the pauldron, is it they call them?
They got the pauldron. I think there's a very, very slight difference on the torso print as well to the ones that came in the battle pack. And then even Pow and Bodhi, I imagine, are £10-15 plus. So Tim is saying, I've just got bag 8 to do on the Scythe. Nice. Hey, Simon. Good to see you, mate. And the Brickbods are here as well. Hello.
Hey, Brickbods.
Rosie says, I've never been so torn about a video poll. I'm curious to know your two guys' personal favorites of the two ships.
Well, I've not built this one yet. For me at the moment, so I'm undecided. What about you, Tech?
I mean, the way that you get some of the angles a little bit later on in that set, Greg, like when you start putting the paneling on, is just incredible. Like I really, really enjoy putting that set together. So I'm interested to see how this one compares to that. Obviously, what we're talking about, this was 2016 or 17 this come out, this Imperial Shuttle. So we got a good like 5-year difference in terms of like build techniques that LEGO would have used for it.
Yeah, 2016, wasn't it? 2016, I think that one came out. 2016. I mean, that was, dude, honestly, you're going to love it. The way the cockpit opens and stuff like that, it's so good. It's just like, wow. And it's like, it's the building techniques that you get with them. And I can definitely see that with this as well. It was really cool. Good to see you, Mitty. I hope you've had a really top weekend as well, mate. Brickbods saying, I'm trying to watch this, but the kids have My Little Pony up too loud. Love it. Oh, this is funny.
By kids, do you mean Ian, Carrie?
Yeah, Ian's like My Little Pony. All right, what I'm doing here, I'm just doing this part here. But yeah, what I love about these sets is the recent, I don't know, maybe in the last 5 years for sure, is you know you're going to get a good Star Wars vehicle when you're building up the chassis and it's made of Technics. I've just not built a bad one yet.
Yeah,
and that's the truth, you know.
But Star Wars fundamentally would still look like 1999 sets if Technic wasn't like integrated into them. Like it's such a fundamental staple in Lego Star Wars that it just could not survive without it. Like this would look god awful.
And it is better for it. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And like that small set, the Ambush on Ferret, which is overpriced, but it's a really, really good set. The build on it is brilliant. I totally loved it. It was really, really good. So I'd recommend it, but I'd only really recommend it personally if it was in a discount, and the chances are Xavier definitely had it on discount recently. So check it out, folks. You know it's worth it. Affiliate link down in the description below, where you will find, of course, Young Tech's down there too.
Has the Ambition Ferrix showed up anywhere else yet? Because I know when it first got released, it was only available at like through Lego.
Oh, I thought it had. I thought it was available from kind of most other retailers as well.
Okay, maybe I've missed that. Oh.
I didn't think there were too many sort of exclusive sets from Lego, especially when it came to Star Wars. I just presumed everyone gets those.
Well, I thought, like, my kind of theory behind it was that they were trying to keep like spoilers down, so that if they didn't send it out to retailers, they wouldn't have like, it gives, like, if they have it a bit like they do with their like UCS sets, right? That the first 3 to 6 months they'll stay just Lego sets, and then after that it will kind of broaden. I would expect the Ferrix set to do that. Yeah. But yeah, well, like I said, I can't recall seeing it pop up anywhere else.
Yeah, no, you could be completely right, mate. I've been completely presumptuous by saying that. So yeah, it's you could be totally right there, Tech. But yeah, I suppose so, because I mean, there's no. I'd be interested to see what other sets we do get from Andor.
How are you enjoying the show so far?
This week's one was. I mean, I am enjoying it. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I think personally, this week's one looked or felt slow, like particularly slow, and it was slow because they had it drop roughly at the same sort of time as Jedi Tales.
Yeah.
And Andor is not going to stand up against Clone Wars stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just isn't. Like, very few things will. I mean, there's been a lot of buzz about that show this week since it aired. Like the Dooku stuff, the Ahsoka stuff, everything like that. It's been very well received, and people want a lot more of it, and that's fair enough. Andor was an interesting one because they were kind of like they're developing. I mean, and they mentioned it a little while ago about an engineer. There's going to be an engineer on site somewhere. Now, whether or not that's going to be someone like Krennic himself, or what, we don't quite know yet. But what they're building, I'm guessing they're building parts of the Death Star. I would
assume, that's my, and like the kind of whole irony of Cassian building the thing that's ultimately going to kill him is quite tragic, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, it is tragic, but it kind of makes it. We're seeing a lot of other sort of normal sort of things, but that prison was really well constructed. I like the way what they've done with it. It's kind of different, but it feels like as soon as I saw the uniforms that they were wearing, I was a bit like, oh, that kind of reminds me of one of the first films that George Lucas made. And I know other people have mentioned that in their. I haven't seen those, folks. I just remember he did, and I only know this because there's a video out there about that George Lucas video where they're in prison and they hadn't seen daylight and stuff like that. So it's very similar vibe, and they used the Peter Gabriel song for it. That's how I know of it. And I just thought, oh yeah, that's got that vibe about it. But I thought it was okay, but it's kind of like it's one that once you've seen the next 2 episodes, it will pay off.
Yeah, I feel like that's been the case a bit with Andor. Is like it's been a lot slower. They could probably do like that. There would be a lot of benefit. I think at this point, like I was speaking to Claire about it the other day, and she was like, "Oh, I haven't seen any of it yet." And I said, "If you've avoided the spoilers up until this point, then just wait for it to all be over, and you can like binge watch it, because I think that it's going to be best enjoyed when you can kind of watch them back to back." So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I think my biggest thing with Star Wars has been that I've wanted a show that's driven more by characters than plot, and I think this one is something that does that so well, which is why I'm absolutely loving it. Even the slower episodes, I'm enjoying far more because yes, okay, the plot's not moving all that much, but we're getting to learn so much about these characters.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm pleasantly surprised that you're enjoying it as much as you're saying, because
Yeah.
I do like it, like, and I am genuinely really enjoying it. But compared to Jedi Tales, if it's going to have Dooku in it, that's going to win every time.
Yeah,
That will. It really will. We've got okay. There is so topic says Force Awakens Wave 1 in 2015 is my favorite Star Wars wave. Defo bias in that because it came along at the time. I most love Star Wars, but yeah, Force Awakens, man, great film, really good film, loads of cool stuff out there for it. Meaty then says, yeah, Technic definitely has its place in Lego set for me personally, but only used as a way to provide mechanisms and internal frames. When sets are wholly Technic, I lose interest. Yep, I've not built. Me and Tech actually back in the day, we were talking about a London Tech that we would do a Technic one, and we kind of loosely did a Technic one with those pullback cars. But yeah, in case you didn't hear it, it was 1-0 to Man United, Greg. Oh, I tell you what a way. It's only 1-0. That's not a bad loss against Man U. I'll take that. Thank you, Isabel. Isabel saying the actually best part about Andor is that they filmed some of the episodes in Blackpool a couple of weeks ago. Made this northerner quite excited. Yeah, and they filmed a load of it in London. Like, I'm trying to think of the name of the area. It begins with B, where they filmed it.
Bermondsey?
No, not Bermondsey. It's the architecture. It's like they're clearly in blocks of flats, and
I do know what you mean. Yeah, where Cyril Khan lives, where his mother lives. Yeah. I can't think of it now.
It will come to me. It's
Blackwater, Blackfire. No,
not Blackfriars, not Blackwater. It will come to us.
But the Imperial HQ is a Mercedes.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, when they land, it's kind of like the airport section, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Mercedes. No, McLaren.
I'm sorry, McLaren. Yeah.
McLaren, right, down in Surrey. Oh, that's it. It's spelled. It's straight in there. Barbican. That's the one.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, recognised it straight away. I did, and I liked it. That's the thing. I like that. It's kind of it's quite subtle in that it is actually teaching us more stuff about living in the Star Wars universe.
It's the most it's the closest thing I think, at least I feel like, that we've got to being in the Star Wars universe and like being involved in the sense of like nothing's that like completely out of the realms of fantasy so far. Like even the prison, okay, the fact that it's underwater might be a bit of a stretch, but like the idea of having like electric floors and like there's something very like real and tangible about that I think makes you kind of be like, oh crap, like this is this is quite serious. And this, like it's almost I mean, I feel like everyone's had like an electric shock at some point, right? Like probably or hopefully accidentally. But I just feel like that it makes it very real. Nothing's been like completely a stretch thus far anyway.
Yeah, and wasn't it good to see Andy Serkis in it again?
Yeah.
Like he's going to be one of these guys that just turns up every now and again in the same TV series playing a different character, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, at least in this case, the same franchise. But yeah, it's very cool. Let us know what you guys and girls out there think as well. Steve, completely on the ball. THX1138. That was the one.
Nice.
We've got Family Bricks out there as well. Hey Matt, how you doing? Is Tech talking about Rebels?
No, actually not yet, Matt. But give it time. We're only 40 minutes in.
Dude, I'm a massive Rebels fan. I was well into Rebels before I got into Clone Wars.
Yeah,
and I was saying to people, "This is really good. You should watch this." And they're like, "No, I watched Clone Wars." I'm like, okay.
There was such a bitter taste in everyone's mouth, and mine included, in towards Rebels, because it was the thing that Disney replaced Clone Wars with. Like it was the first thing that Disney came out with. They cancelled Clone Wars and they brought in Rebels, and yeah, it just wasn't. It didn't do it for a lot of people, and I didn't end up watching it for the first time until after season 4 had just finished. Mm-hmm. So I kind of binge watched it all, and I was like, okay, it's cool. And then I watched it again a couple of years ago, and I was like, oh, okay, this is actually really good. And in the last sort of 6 months or so, I've really been keen for it. It's very, very good.
Dude, they come out with some good ships. Like I'd be all up for another Ghost or a Phantom ship and stuff like that.
Yeah, me too.
Because as much as I like the Ghost that I bought from New Zealand randomly, because I said literally the closest place I could buy it was in New Zealand. How ridiculous is that? It isn't like everyone who builds it says, oh, this is the shit. This is the one of the things to have. And I don't think it was. I think it was. I thought the Ghost was just okay. I was completely underwhelmed by it. In all honesty, it's a good ship. It's okay. But the bit I was really excited about, the thing I love about ships, I love turrets. I love turrets on ships, and that turret on that ship is not that great. It really isn't.
The fact that we've got a Razor Crest now in UCS, and it's like the first ship outside of the
movies,
the prequel and the original trilogy to become a UCS set. Give me a Ghost, like bring it back in like Ahsoka or like Mando, like whatever it may be, bring it back and let's get a big like 500 pound Ghost. Like sign me up. Day one purchase. See you at the Lego store.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Because Greg, that's the one. Yeah, he did. Brixton got that for me, and I did him a little favor because he got that for me, and he came with the expensive Kanan head on it. And I said to him, I said, I said I'm not interested in that. You can keep that. And he sent it over to me and stuff like that. And I built it. In fact, we built it together, me and Brixton.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
It took me bloody ages. And it was, I just built it. I was just like, yeah, it was all right. It was okay. I think if it had the sort of designers that designed this ship on it with a better Technic construction, I think it would have done it the world of good. But I was like really looking forward to the turret bit, and I was just like, oh god, it's just a tube with a lid sitting in there loose. I was just like, what? Yeah, I don't know, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but it ain't as good as people make out. I don't think.
No, it's there's a lot of rose tinted glasses. I think the Zeb figure as well is like super popular. And it is very iconic for like that show. Like I think it's pretty much in every episode.
I love it. Like I like and you know what? I like the way it docks. Yeah, with the Phantom.
Yeah.
And both of them as well. Love that. So there's a lot to love about it. Don't get me wrong. But having been someone that sort of went out their way to get it, like because I'm sure it's even more expensive these days. I was like, yeah, you know, I could have lived without this.
I got the figures, and I was like, you know what, that's not like I made a conscious decision quite early on that I kind of toyed with. I got most of the Rogue One sets now, I think, and then my next thing was going to be to get all the Rebels sets. But then I was just like, actually, a lot of these sets I really don't care for all that much, and the figures are going to be like it's going to be hella expensive. The figures are expensive enough to get. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot more manageable it's just trying to collect the figures from the sets rather than trying to get all the sets and have somewhere to display them all and stuff like that. So.
And I'll tell you what I have got, I'm yet to build it, is the microfighter version of the Ghost.
I was earlier today, I was getting this set. All my Rogue One sets are up in a box in the loft, and I pulled this one out, and in there was the Ghost with Hera in there, because I picked that up just after she had appeared in Bad Batch. Because I thought it was going to jump up a bit. So literally, in fact, I think I paused the episode as soon as she appeared, and I was like, right, I need to go buy it before it shoots out.
You got to. I tell you what, right? Even on was it Wednesday when it dropped, Tales of Jedi? I thought, I'll just go online because I might pick up a couple more Count Dooku's.
Yeah.
Like, because I've got all the different Count Dooku's.
Yeah.
And I was like, blimey, I'm not going to pay that for them. Do you know what I mean? They rocketed.
We were so overdue, man. Like, so overdue.
He was cool, man. He was just
his figures. I mean, I think I've got like the old yellow version, like the yellow headed one. And I've got the Clone Wars one, but I just missed out on getting that duel on Geonosis set with Yoda and that. And oh man, what a figure!
Yeah, I mean that was. I mean, you think about it, right? He took on Yoda, right? That was called out a draw. That one. He did Anakin and Kenobi. I mean, that was as good as the Jedi's could throw at him, really.
Yeah, he is, like I said, his story has just become like so much more interesting. And I love the every new piece of media we get, what we've all known and loved and grown to like think are like the can do no wrong are the Jedi, and that as I grow up and like more media comes out, that idea is just getting flipped on its head, because they were so flawed and so like naive, and it's just such an interesting spin on things. Like I said, Mace Windu in this was very much like, yeah, he is. The guy's an arsehole.
Well, he is. I mean, he's cold. He's cold.
Yeah.
He's just like, what is this? And he's a bloody job's worth as well.
Yeah.
Complete job's worth. There was that line, wasn't he? When he, because I thought that's a weird line to come out with at the beginning when he said, like, how long are you going to keep basically looking at that tablet for?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I want to know how a Jedi died. And what was the guy that was with them? The embassy guy. Got away. I mean, how's that even possible? Yeah. And he was like, no, we're just doing what the council want us to do, and then we're out of here. Yeah. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he called Dooku, being Dooku, pulled him up at the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he just called him Windu, didn't he? He went, Windu, come here.
Windu, wasn't it? Yeah.
And he went, did you know about this? He went, no. I was like, yeah, he did. Because then I watched it back, thinking, did he know? And you watch it, and he's like, oh, he completely did. He completely knew what was going to be coming his way.
Yeah.
Right. So let's I think we're missing some pins, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see whether I can just use them in this. That goes like that. We've got Snow Lena out there as well, saying good morning, Greg and Thomas. Monday over there in Alls.
So has the Australian clocks gone back yet, or are they not
I
yet?
Think so. Don't think so.
Okay.
I think they haven't. America happens next week.
Right.
But I'm not super sure. What's that clause?
Do you think we'll get any Tales of the Jedi sets, Greg?
Oh, it would be good if we did. If we did, then fab. It's going to be good. I mean, the figures are practically there for it all.
Mm-hmm. I think that shuttle that kind of seemed to be Count Dooku's shuttle, like that Jedi shuttle that appeared in the first 2 episodes, I think would be a really cool set. Or failing that, maybe just a young Count Dooku May 4th figure. Maybe?
Yeah, I'd be up for that, mate. May the 4th, Count Dooku. Yeah, why not? I mean, again, they don't even have to use any pieces that are kind of exclusive or anything like that.
No. Get it done, Lego.
But it's kind of like, I'd be interested to know how, I don't know, what the analytics of that show in comparison to Andor, and will this be a catalyst for more sets?
I mean, I'm excited for the potential of like what Jedi they tell the story with next.
Oh, I'd like to do a Sith one.
I would also like a Sith one. Yeah, I think that would be fun. I can't remember who said. I think it was Matt that said it on the stream on Friday.
Oh yeah.
But he said about like there was one thing that was kind of missing from the from that Count Dooku arc, and it was like, how did Count Dooku become seduced by Palpatine, and like what was their kind of interaction like to make him switch?
Yeah,
like,
to sort of sway him. Yeah,
think
no, I agree. I agree with that one. I agree with that. But maybe that was just that would have had to been a 4-parter as opposed to a 3-parter.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was clear though. It was clear that he wanted to make a change for the better.
Yeah.
And blimey, I mean, he was not happy when he heard that Qui-Gon got killed, and the Emperor turned around and said, "Well, you killed my one as well." And then I was kind of thinking, I was like, "Well, where does that put Dooku in all this then? He wasn't the original apprentice. He then became the apprentice after that."
Yeah. Well, I think like that rule of 2 thing is very much kind of I don't want to say fluctuated, but like there's definitely like Palpatine using that to his advantage in the sense of like he's always got his next one lined up. Because I think like ultimately, if Luke had turned to the dark side, he would have made him kill Vader. So like he's always got the next one planned.
Yeah.
And he's already working on them a bit like he did with Count Dooku and to Maul, and then Anakin to Count Dooku. So I guess that's kind of just the way it goes. But no, it was a very good show, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to see what they do.
And it came out of nowhere as well. How good that was! Like, they didn't hype it up at all. I didn't think hardly anything of it. And then people saw it and they were like, "Blimey, yeah, I'm with Dooku on this." I mean, they were just nullified. The Jedi were just rubbish. Action in anything, and they had become the pets of the Senate and not the Republic.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm missing 2 of those big pins in this one. You know, the big grey pins that hold it onto the side.
Oh yeah, that's mate. The way that comes together is so sick. Like,
like I'm loving it. It's but yeah, I've got 2 of those big pins missing, so I might have to check my resources and see if I've got any others. I'll look in bag 5 actually, see if there's any in there. Yeah, there are actually. Maybe so. I'll see how far I can go with it.
Yes, I know they're saying since Star Wars themed, anyone watch Tales of the Jedi? Yeah, we were.
We're hot on it.
It's good. It's very, very good.
Family Book saying, want to see the Count Dooku seductions in the Darth Plagueis novel. There's an interesting backstory. Yeah. The whole thing with Dooku is that he's one of the richest people in the galaxy anyway. Like it was never money that pulled him over to the dark side. It was basically he wanted to do the right thing, and he was fed up with it. Was just money was what was talking and ruling the galaxy. And I suppose Sidious saw him as, or he saw Sidious as an alternative.
Apparently, I was watching a video, I think it was earlier today or yesterday. Apparently, in one of the books, it said that Count Dooku was actually like on the Jedi Council before he left the Jedi Order, but obviously we saw in this show that
he wasn't. Yeah,
he wasn't. I would be interested to know what the jumping gap from the second episode to the third episode was to. Like maybe he got on the council a bit later on, and if that's still the case or not.
I don't know. I don't think he did. I don't think because there's so many things that have been rewritten, isn't there?
Yeah.
That it's kind of possible that was one of them. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's a weird. It's odd because. He's kind of a big character, but there are a couple like, did he ever? Because he was never a master. Like according to Tales of Jedi, he was never a master.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, right, when he did get seduced, and he at that point with Yaddle, he could have just quite easily have just got in his thing and gone back to him.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew. That's the thing.
Well, that's like, and there was another thing that that I was like watching a video on, and it was So obviously in episode 2, when Count Dooku, I don't even know if it made it into the final film or if it's like a deleted scene or something, but there's the Count Dooku like head like statue still in the Jedi Temple.
Yes, it was the deleted scene. That was.
Yeah. So he obviously wasn't he obviously left like on his own accord and wasn't like exiled for any reason.
Oh no, he left and he told him he says I think you're all corrupt or being corrupted. But again, right, this is the weird thing, and I still haven't got my head around why he ever did do it. But in the movie Clone Wars, I think it was, he told Kenobi. He said,
the second one, yeah.
He said
like,
he basically gave the whole thing away.
Yep.
But such were their navel gazing of the Jedi that they just didn't take it into. They just didn't action it.
And he even I mean, Count Dooku even says to Kenobi, like, we could destroy the Sith. Like, so so Dooku clearly wasn't completely on board with Sidious. I don't think, like, no, just little things like now seeing this and then like picking up certain lines throughout the show. And and it gives so much depth to the character. It's so interesting.
And don't forget, right? I don't think he was like, I think he knew how can I put it? Being part of the dark side really takes it out of you, like physically as well. Yeah. Like it's not the most healthy. It's about like being on like 100 cigarettes a day sort of thing. It's terrible for your skin, folks. It really is. I mean, look at Palpatine. And that was another thing Mace didn't even do properly. And and he I don't know. Yeah, it kind of he's the only one who can wield lightning whose eyes didn't turn yellow.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, I think it was in a novel or something that he used Force lightning whilst he was still a Jedi.
Yeah, because because I think his kind of ethos was, why do you have to be, because you can study the dark arts? Why does that make you evil? Mm-hmm. Like the just I mean, didn't you love that scene in Towers? I mean, that has got to be one of the best ever fight scenes where he's holding the guy with a force choke.
Yeah.
Right. He's fending off the guy shooting him, and he throws Qui-Gon back to the. I was like, dude, this guy, he's got some false might behind him. Loved it. I was literally, I was cheering. I was absolutely cheering it. And. Yeah, and Qui-Gon did the right thing, and I liked his relationship, and that's why Qui-Gon was always a rebel, and he did
exactly. Yeah, he got it from Dooku.
Yeah, and if the Jedi had mainly, and tell me what you think about this, guys and girls out there, if the Jedi had been more Qui-Gon, right, they wouldn't have been in the pickle that they got in.
That's true. So it's these characters, like I said, that from the films aren't presented like very well. Qui-Gon more so, but like Count Dooku, like they're just being made like so much. As we see more of how the Jedi will run and how blind they were to stuff, you're like, oh, these characters were like, they're actually seeing it kind of. They're like the sensible ones. They're like the realistic ones. Yeah. Where Count Dooku is just like, through the films, he's just the bad guy. Like, he's a Jedi that turned bad, and we didn't really hear too much more about it.
And I tell you what, I always remember this was a line in the book, because I tell you what, right, if you read the book of the Revenge of the Sith, you'll learn there was a big conversation between Dooku and Palpatine. Yeah. And Dooku said to him, he said, like, I'm just a bit fed up. I'm always playing the bad guy. And the whole thing was to get Anakin to join them.
Yeah.
Of course, that wasn't the case, really. It was just a case of getting him done over so that he could have him as his new apprentice.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still Dooku, even like when to be fair, Kenobi and Anakin were much stronger. I mean, he still took Kenobi out quite easily, and he could. That was the thing. When they were sword fighting, there was a part where Dooku could have had him.
Yeah.
But he wasn't meant to kill him. Palpatine said, "Do not kill him.
Yeah,
we just want to, get him angry, get him a bit worked up, and we'll kind of bring him over to our side of things and our way of thinking." But of course, it didn't work out for him that way. Lost his head.
Yeah.
And do you know what? And that is why that annoyed me in Kenobi, the series, when Vader broke Rev's lightsaber in two, and he held the lightsaber to her head, exactly the same as he did to Dooku. I was like, her head's going to go, and somehow she lived. In that was a bit that annoyed me.
Yeah.
But there we go. You know, that's why we love it. That's why we love Star Wars, man. We got to take it with the good bits and the bad bits that we like and that we loathe. You know, that's because we're passionate about it.
Matt brings up a good point. He says, "Is Star Wars killing off their pure evil villains and making them too weak? I.e., Boba Fett, Count Dooku, Darth Vader, Darth Maul. They start off as badasses and then get watered down." Interesting point. I can kind of see where you're coming from. Although, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Do they not? I don't know if I find them more interesting when they become a bit more relatable. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Dooku's definitely relatable in that one because everyone's like, "Yeah, I would have done the same thing as well."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are they watered down Boba Fett? Yeah, I wish they just hadn't done the book of Boba Fett. If they just didn't need to do it. Basically, what they should have done is given us a Christmas special with the Mandalorian with a few episodes. That's it. That's all we needed, right? We didn't need all that. I like some of Book of Boba Fett. Don't get me wrong. I did like some of it, right? But on the whole, I really wish they hadn't made it. I really do, because I think they've ruined him. In fact, you know what? Right, I bought the Black Series figure of Van. Is it Van? What's his name? The sheriff.
Oh, Cobb Vanth.
Cobb Vanth. When he's wearing the Boba Fett armor, and I was like, that was a better Boba Fett than what it ended up being. It really was. And I'm not even joking when I say that. I don't know. I was just a bit like, eh. Oh yeah, that goes in there. Nice.
Yeah. Wasn't great.
It needed to. Well, no, it wasn't really. I couldn't. Just so many things that would just throw away stuff. Like when there was that beginning. I think it was the last episode, and they're saying like that no one can get in. They've spread out their defenses, like really a bit weak, I thought. And they're like, there's no way, no one's getting in. And Boba Fett and Mandalorian are chatting about this, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's true. No one's going to get in. We're totally fine." And I'm not joking. They walked outside, and Cad Bane was standing there. I was like, "Where did he get in then?" And then they spent about 10 minutes coming up with all that as well. I was like, "Well, that was a waste of 5."
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Here we go. So here we go. That's where we've got so far, folks. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Loving it.
Indeed.
Yeah. What is thy bidding, my master? Why hesitate? Strike me down. I can feel it. Right. Okay. I'm going to get up another bag. So let's have a quick little video, shall we? Before we do, let's just say hello to the chat as well. Topic Brick say, I don't think Darth Vader has been watered down. No, I don't think he's been watered down as well. Do I think? No, I think it was quite. His scenes in that, I thought were pretty good, as it happens. And also as well, you got to kind of level it. I mean, look, let's face it, Rogue One, the scene where Darth Vader's walking through the corridor, it's one of the best bits of Star Wars ever. That's up there with me. There's certain bits of sci-fi, and I do call Star Wars a bit of sci-fi. I know it's fantasy, but I always think Lord of the Rings is quite fantasy, or fantastical, I think they called it. I always think Star Wars kind of sits in that in between fantasy and sci-fi. And there's certain things that I love in sci-fi. One of them being like Star Trek: The Motion Picture, when they're spending 6 whole minutes, right, going around what the new refit Enterprise. It's an amazing scene. Love it. It's one of the favorite bits. And Star Wars, that scene where Vader's walking through that corridor is one of the best bits of. If you want, basically, if someone comes up to you one day and goes, what's it like to be a Sith? What do Siths do? And you just put that scene on, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll be a Sith, thanks. Who wants to be a Jedi when you can do that? Phenomenal. Be handy as well when you're doing the decorating, especially when you're doing the ceiling bits. You can just false choke a brush or something up on the ceiling. I don't know where I'm going with that, but anyway, it's just an idea, folks. Just throwing it out there. But anyway, let's have a couple of minutes showing you a bit of a speed build, how I got to bag 4. And while you're looking at that, I'm going to start getting bag 5 ready. Here we go.
Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Stars, I keep seeing stars inside your eyes. In my mind, I'm holding on to all the sparks flying through the dark while we collide. Tell me that I'm all you ever wanted. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you. Underwater, I'm under, but I'm high. I can't let go of the way you love me better. Thought I could never touch the sky, but you got me holding heaven. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you.
Oi, Saveloy. Right, wasn't it? Just enough time to get something out on Instagram as well, which is kind of nice. Little breathers they are, folks. Tech, tell us how you're getting on with your build as well at the moment. This is
So far we've got what is the main kind of don't know if it's the cockpit. I think is a bit hot. Oh, the cockpit is going to be here. So you've got like the main seat.
Yeah.
Main seat up there with some sticker details and stuff, and then we've got the kind of passenger bay, and then this is going to be like the loading ramp, I assume, and then next I'm just working on the fin. I love the kind of integrated Technic beams with this is for the fin of the ship, and where they like integrate the bricks and the slopes. I think it's such a good technique, and they used it on the Imperial Shuttle as well, the UCS one. And it's just such a sweet technique. So learning how to do this is good because I think it's going to be really handy for like really sturdy mocks. And you can get very, very sturdy structures and it still be quite thin. Especially with Star Wars, like there's a lot of that where it just physics just do not make sense at all. Like a wing can be like 20 meters long and it's like an inch thick or something. It just doesn't make any sense. So trying to replicate that in Lego can sometimes be quite difficult in trying to get the proportions right, but like this technique I think works quite well for that. So
yeah, man, oh, that's really, really cool. And it is a great set, and I love it. Do you know what? I love those stickers that they use.
Yeah.
The Imperial kind of lighting effect.
Yeah, that's good, man. Yes, Rosie, it was sealed. It was indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that isn't. You don't. I mean, if you really want to set, it doesn't really matter if it's not sealed. I mean, I'm after a cater room still. I feel like I've been asking for a cater room forever. I'm waiting to see if one ever comes in at Trevor's up in Lincolnshire, Bricks Kingdom. But maybe one day it will. and I know one or two other people kind of got in touch with me from time to time about it. And then when I said, well, how much do you want for it? They'll come back to me. Yeah, I'm like, well, you just telling me that you got one. That's it. But anyway, we'll find out in time. But I'm not overly fussed about it. And to be honest, at the moment, I only paid about 30 quid over retail for it. It's exclusive. This is Tech. I bought the Hulkbuster, the previous one.
Okay.
The one that's actually people like.
Yeah.
And I only really got that because, do you know what? I was actually shocked. I remember, right, looking at it, and this is going back to what we were saying about pricing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that set going, I'm never going to buy an Iron Man outfit for 120 quid. That's a ridiculous amount of money to spend on it. And that only came back to me when I was shocked when we was doing London Calling a couple of weeks ago when we were overlooking the new Hulkbuster. And I was like, oh my God, the old one was cheap.
Yeah. What was the first set that you bought, Greg, or at least that you can remember buying that was over that kind of like £100 threshold? Can you remember what it was?
Yes, I can remember. There was one I bought because I wanted it. There was one I bought that was over £100.
Yeah.
And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to get it because it came out Sunday, and I was only really early into doing live streams, and I was like, I'll buy it and I'll build it on the day. I'll build it because we're over here. We get quite a lot of sets that come out on a Sunday, don't we? And I'm like, that's great because I'll just go and buy it and then later on stream it.
Yeah.
And of course, when we stream at 5 o'clock, it's still only midday in America, which is grand for us.
Yeah.
And that was the Apollo landing craft.
Right. Yeah.
That one. The biggest set, the one of the best sets I ever bought. And I sat on it for a little while before I built it, and I built it with Doc Samson randomly over five sittings. Was Voltron? That one.
Nice,
great set, and it still makes. I mean, Voltron makes the Hulkbuster still look really short. I mean, the new Hulkbuster's massive.
Yeah,
but even this kind of the first one I got is a couple of years old. Is still like small in comparison. And then I think the biggest set, and you know, and I built this quite soon. In fact, it's about the second video I ever made. Was a speed build, and I tell you what, it's still good. A lot of the things I was doing then, bearing in mind, I'd only just started doing it. I'm still doing today, albeit with a much smaller camera. Was the tented? Is it tented? I always forget. Is it tented 4 or tented 5? It's
tented 4, yeah.
That one, and I got that, and I was just like, oh yeah, now I know what people like about exclusive minifigures, and things like that. And in that one, you got what's his name? Her dad. What's his name?
Oh, Bail Organa.
Yeah,
it's a great figure.
Very cool figure. Yeah.
What's most annoying about that is obviously there's that whole thing about me not getting the tantive. And I was like, yeah, do you know, I'm not that fussed for it. I can live without it.
Why was that? Why did you feel that you couldn't live with it? Because I loved it because it's got loads of rockets on it. That's why I liked it.
It's a cool set. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of nostalgia for the 2007 or 8 one. It was one that I wanted for a long time. And it was just not a set that appealed to me until I realized the fact that the Bail Organa figure is actually a Rogue One figure. And I need him for my Rogue One collection. So now, so yeah. Although the set you can still pick up for not much more above retail.
Really?
So,
I mean,
yeah, it's about £200, I think. So it's not awful.
Oh, dude, that's totally worth it then.
Yeah.
That was a bit like when I picked up this Hulkbuster. I ended up paying all in with postage, right? I won't even bother doing a Lego haul now on this. £160. That's including taxes as well. Because you've got to pay tax. You've got to pay bloody VAT before it even comes in the country.
Yeah.
And I thought, do you know what? For a set that was 120 quid, it's been retired. That's not bad. That's from Belgium as well.
Yeah. Nice.
Like in the UK, if I wanted to buy that set, folks, I spent 200 quid.
Yeah.
So I saved £40. You could look at it as that, but I kind of should have bought it. And that was the thing. That was one of those sets. I just thought, oh, that is a lot. I mean, dude, 100 quid for a Lego set is still a lot of money to spend on Lego, especially if, like, you know, you're scribbling and scraping to pay, you know, the energy bills or something like that. Do you know what I mean? £100 is a big difference.
Yeah.
And basically, at that time of my YouTube Lego life, I was still kind of immersing myself in it all, and I was still normalizing to the cost of what Lego is and stuff like that. But also as well, I've always been, and you know this more than anyone, interested in investing in Lego as well. Yeah, and I do. You know, and I still, if Speed Champions drop in price, and the ones that I think would fly one day, then I get them, and the odd other thing as well. You know, I bought Queer Eye a couple of weeks ago, because I think that is going to be a set that people are going to want once it's gone. And if they don't, then fine. I've got a phenomenal parts pack, but I'll probably build it anyway if I don't. Macro Bricks. Macro, dude, that's very generous of you. You gave me 10 Canadian dollars on Friday as well. Can we get a flex out of Tech and LBB? Well, here's my flex.
Oh no!
Come on, Tech. Show us your flexes.
Oh my god, what have I got?
We got the AT-AT. Have you beat?
I got a beaten up AT. I've still not repaired it from the.
No way.
It was still on the floor.
R2's a pretty decent flex. I mean, it's not. It's no Falcon.
Disney comes up. I got the Darth Maul.
That's a good flex. Yeah,
up in there. I think that's my best flex on.
Yeah, that is a good flex, dude. Actually, that is. I'll give you that. They've done nothing like that. Like I'd love to get that just to do that, because that wasn't even using Technic body or anything like that, was it?
It's purely 2x2, 2x2, 2x3, 2x4 bricks. Like it's quite something.
I think Matt's even built that one as well. I'm sure he
did. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Anyway, Macro, thank you so much. He joined as a member as well this week, which is awesome. Dude, this is for you.
Oh my God, is this my acceptance to Hogwarts?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I'm trying to do it in such a way that I don't get struck off when I use that one. I do love it. I really do.
Wait, do you get the copyright on that, do you?
Oh, on that all the time, yeah. If I use it for too long, I can get away with it if I don't use it for too long.
Yeah. Oh mate, that sucks.
But, yeah. Talking to Speed Champions, do you ever buy the odd one, or are you kind
of it's something that I'll just sort of quietly. I picked up the Ferrari. Is it the 1940 or something?
The 514. The
514.
It uses the A-wing. I called it the A-wing.
Yeah,
an A-wing canopy on it. Yeah.
Literally. I picked that up. That went down to like £12 on Amazon the other day, so I picked that up.
Got them there.
I picked up the Countach in Sainsbury's before the price went up. I got that for about 12 or 13.
12 quid. And for what one was that?
For the Countach.
Countach. Oh yeah, that one.
Love it. Really. I get Speed Champions. I need to do an inventory actually, because I think there's a couple of the last wave that I possibly didn't get. But I did get a lot of them for Christmas actually last year. They're like a nice one to kind of chuck on your list.
I'm loving it because I hopefully get Chris Stamp back in again early in the new year, hopefully sometime in January. Yeah. So I'm going to go all in on the Speed Champions on New Year's Day. Yeah. And the new modular, it's got to be done, isn't it?
Yeah. So when are we getting new Speed Champions then? Is it January 1st?
January 1st, yeah, January the 1st weekend.
Do we have any rumors or any? I haven't seen any yet.
Skyliner, Nissan Skyliner.
Okay, interesting, nice.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I was grilling Chris on it when he was on. But he knew the score.
He's a professional.
He's a pro.
Proud. I liked a lot how much he mentioned Lady Penelope. And, give me that in Speed Champions, man. Give it to me.
Yeah, that would be mad, wouldn't it? It would be one that people would want as well.
Oh, for sure, man. It'd be so sick.
Lady Penelope, love that name. Anyway, if I was like filthy rich, I'd change my name to Penelope. just for the sheer hell of it.
I really like the name Penelope. Very much.
That doesn't surprise me because you got quite a posh name anyway.
I don't have a posh name. What are you talking?
Oh, you do. You're proper posh. Like every time I think, who's? Oh yeah, it's Tech.
Just because I got 2 surnames doesn't make me.
Well, I did. I used to have 2 surnames, and then when I got when I got divorced, I still kept the 2 surnames because back in those days, back in the 97, I got married. No, 96, I got married first time. Bloody hell.
No, it was the year I was born, Greg.
Was it? And moving on swiftly. It looked this good when you're 20 years older. I still got my own teeth and my own hair, just about anyway. Yeah, man, it was just a really cool thing to double barrel your name. So I double barreled ours. It was a brilliant surname, really good, loved it. And then when I was remarried, I was like saying to my wife, my wife that I was getting married to, wife number 2, for want of a better term. No disrespect intended.
Current, not ex.
Yeah, current, no. She's get divorced, Tech, and you'll realise how expensive it is. It'll never happen again.
For that reason, I don't want to get married in the first place.
Don't do it. That's it. Think of the Lego.
Exactly.
It's and I said, don't you want that surname? She goes, no, it's your ex-wife's name. I'm not interested. I say, you sure? I said, and then I tried.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You pitched to your current wife, take my ex-wife's surname. Yeah.
And she was like, no. And I even said, okay, how about I meet you halfway? How about we double barrel your surname and my original surname? Because it meant I didn't have to change my initials because her surname happened to be the same initial. Okay. And she's like, no, I just want to be what your surname is. I was like, okay. But I got to change wheels, to go by depot. It was a real thing. Like, courts, all sorts of things. I had to get lawyers involved. It was a proper, because I did it properly first time round. And I was just like, oh, God, I won't do that again. So I didn't. And even then, I was still thinking. I said to her, I might change it. I might actually extend upon it But anyway, we didn't go there.
Did you not want your ex-wife's name, your current wife's name, and your name? As you go through marriages, you just keep adding a name.
I couldn't, mate, because what often gets said to me is a bit of a mouthful. You know what I mean? And so yeah. But there we go. What can I say, folks? Try and start as you mean to go on. And what can I say? You got to try it on, and if you don't go for it, don't go for it. There we go. We'll go Macro Bricks. Yes, good, thanks. Bournemouth lost the footy, and it's rained all weekend, but managed to chill. So, is it rained all weekend? It was baking here yesterday. Was it warm where you were yesterday?
It's been very, very muggy. We've had some showers here and there, but for the most part, it has been very hot.
For this time of year, I mean, I put the radiator on. There was nothing yet, so it's been great. Yeah. What can I say, folks? And anyway, she won't game for it, and that was that really. So
I'm shocked. I'm shocked to know why.
She won't have it anyway. She's definitely her own woman, and
well, that's I mean, I've not had the pleasure of meeting her as of yet, but I get that from what you've told me, she sounds like she's a very very independent, very like. So the fact that you even thought about presenting that to her just makes me think, oh god.
She honestly, mate, she don't take no prisoners. Like I mean, a lot of half the time I think, why did you marry me? Because but what can I say? I was just a bit ballsy at the time and asked her out. And the rest, as they say, folks, is history. It's been an amazing 10 years so far.
Okay.
But yeah, that's good fun. You go through these, they get these funny little stories, and you know.
I love hearing little stories like that about people's lives.
I mean, you look back on it, you think it was a ridiculous thing to even try and contemplate. She would go for that. But yeah, I saw a point. Even you know what? Even my ex-wife got in touch with me once and said, "When are you going to change your name?" And I thought, for that reason alone, I'm just going to keep it. But I don't know. It's all fun and games. It really is. That's life, folks. That is life. It really is. What's that? So minifigures says you're not clipped the DB5 from Friday yet. I haven't yet, but no, it will be happening. Minifigure, I've been really busy. Have you seen the content I've been throwing out recently? I honestly, this weekend I've spent a lot of time just doing Lego stuff. To be honest, it's been weird. And we've got Big Nate out there, Bricks, saying, "Hey all, how you doing, Big Nate? Good to see you, mate." And Macro Bricks said, "Good Sunday to you, Big Nate." Bricks, cheers and cheers. Yeah, thank you, everyone. And please, everyone, while you're here, do us a little favor. Give us a thumbs up. We've got 30 people watching. We've got 24 thumbs up. My aim is to get 25. Maybe if we get to 25, maybe then we can sort of push it on to 30. That would be quite cool on a Sunday evening, because there's a lot of people out there doing their streaming and that today. So I would appreciate that. And also as well, while we have been going for pretty much an hour and a half now, I just want to say thanks again to Zavi for sending me the Inquisitor Transport Scythe and doing me a little favor, folks. Another way to support the channel, if you want to, is to use my affiliate link that you'll find down in the description, or of course you can find it on About Me on the YouTube channel as well. So thank you, Zavi, and do check them out, folks. I'm not just saying it, not giving you no hard sell or nothing like that. But even if you don't use my affiliate link, do check out Zavi. Honestly, folks, all year round they do pretty decent deals on their Legos. They're definitely one of the retailers that you boys and girls out there, including America, want to kind of hone in on and check the prices. And of course, it's not that long up tech, and one of our favorite times of the year is coming. We've got Black Friday, so that's going to be interesting to see what we get there.
So up until this weekend, I've had a bit. I've not really bought too many sets. Like I said, I picked up the Odd Speed Champion set here and there. But yeah, I haven't, as I've been sort of doing some convention stuff, I've kind of been spending my money on parts and stuff. But this weekend I did go out, and what I'll end up probably doing is a lot of the sets I picked up this weekend, I'll sort of give to my family to sort of return to me for Christmas.
Nice.
Smiths have had some really good deals on. So they've had like 20-30% off a lot of their sets, and then if you spend £25, you get £5 off Lego, or if you spend £50, you get £10 off. So it's so you could stack some really good deals. And I was on the Lego website the other day, and I saw that some of the some sets that had only been out that come out June 1st, like a couple of the Mickey Mouse sets that come out on June 1st were retiring. So I was like, oh crap, really? I need to pick that. Yeah. And then the houseboat from Friends, that's also retiring. I think that only come out at the beginning of the year. So I was shocked to see some of these sets go. So so with Smith's kind of deals that they had on, I went and picked up quite a few sets. I also picked up that Mandalorian Forge set.
Nice.
There was some rumors that was going to retire, but it's not currently on the Lego listing as to be retired soon. However, the figures, there's 2 exclusive figures in that set. I think they'll come again in some form, but I think it could be a very expensive set. So I feel like that one's going to be a pretty good one. I got that for £20. So I picked up one for myself and then a couple.
And what set was that you got for 20 quid?
The Mandalorian Forge.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a nice little set. That comes with some great figs, dude.
Yeah.
And
it's exclusive to Smith. So I've been sitting waiting trying to get a deal on it. So, and it's just never gone on sale. So
yeah, I mean, talking to Smiths, I actually last year I remember I can't remember if it was around Black Friday or anything like that, but I bought the Bat Jet, or was it called the Bat Plane or something like that? The Batwing, that's it. I bought that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal set, and the box was a bit beaten up. I was like, oh, I'm fine with that because I'm going to build it.
Yeah.
But the 1989 Batmobile, honestly, folks, it is the best set I've ever built. It really is. Even after building Millennium Falcon, which I actually quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's a good build. It's a funny build, and you don't realize it until you've actually built it. It's kind of strange quirks that it's got. For example, I mean, even at that angle, I've got no idea how those plates are staying on there. Believe me, I'm scared to take that netting off. But there we go. And look at this. Look at this. The wonderful Canadian that is, of course, Snap to Grid Bricks, giving us $25. You Canadians out there today, folks. You're doing me proud. You really are. It goes a great big thank you to both of you for not mentioning Liverpool. Well, I tell you what, Snap, I'll do your deal. I won't mention Liverpool if you don't mention West Ham.
Reading, we had a stinker as well.
What, Reading? Did they?
We had Burnley, and not that anyone cares about the Championship.
No, I care about. But I like Burnley because they're claret and blue. They are.
Yeah, we were away to top of the league, Burnley. We're drawing 1-1. I haven't seen it, but apparently we had a penalty, a stonewall penalty disallowed in the final few minutes, and then they went up the other end and scored. So they won.
Oh no!
It was awful.
Oh no! Got to hate you when that happens, dude.
Yeah, but...
Do you have VAR in the Champions?
No VAR.
No VAR. Oh, there you go. See, but anyway, the wonderful Snap to Grid Bricks. Do you know what, mate? Sometimes you just got to go on autopilot, and this is for you.
Automatic pilot.
Automatic pilot. There it is.
Thank you so much. I super appreciate that, Snap. Dude, you're an officer and a gentleman. I always say an officer and a gentleman. That's the name of a 1980s film, isn't it? You're a scholar and a gentleman is what I meant to say. I said that on Friday to someone. I was like, why would I say that? I'm not exactly going to put them in a white suit and pick them up. You know what I mean? It's like, ain't my style. Anyway, but Macro says, I was just walking down a long, dark hallway, heard a nasty creak in the floorboards behind me, and I jumped so high, and then I realised it'd blown off. There you go. What can I say, mate? As you get older, it becomes less, or probably more in some respects, voluntary, I suppose. It's like I call it a reflex action. Beetlejuice. I watched Beetlejuice last night. Awesome film, folks. Don't mention the Falcon in front of Macro. Ha 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 ha. What's the story behind that? Tell us a little bit about that, because honestly, folks, I'm not joking. That you build the Falcon and it looks really strong and solid. It's anything but. It really is. Like it flexes. Just look at it and it kind of flexes.
Yeah.
Have you got the Falcon?
I do. Yeah, I haven't built it though.
Okay.
It's one for a later date, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if you've clocked this yet on my screen. Actually, you can't because you can't quite see it. But if I move this out of the way, look to the right of the skull head. You might spot something interesting.
Hey. No.
I won't tell you how I got it. But I tell you for one thing, I didn't pay a single penny for it.
Oh.
And that is the truth. And there's a story behind that, and I'll tell you about it after the stream.
Interesting, because that's available now again on the website if you buy the AT-80.
If you buy the AT-80, that's the thing. Maybe I did, or maybe someone bought it for me. I don't know. I'll tell you after the stream, though.
Yeah. Nice.
All I can say is, folks, between Boxing Day and the New Year, I'm going to be building a very big Lego set from Star Wars. Right, how does that fit into there then? So that goes there like that. How are you liking your set so far?
Yeah, there's a bit of an issue with a Technic pin that doesn't want to quite go all the way in, but I'm not quite sure if I'm doing something wrong or not.
Yeah, you got these particular builds, right? You've got to be quite kind of on the ball, looking at them, because there's a couple of bits I've rebuilt a couple of times in this.
Yeah, that's something not right. Yeah.
So what does Macro say? He goes, I was set up. I showed up for the first one. Oh yeah. Is this ACOB? Yeah. I've seen. It keeps coming up in my YouTube feed. So I've got to watch that. It looked like a sort of boxing match or something like that was kicking off. It looked pretty cool, man. Right, I'm going to try and video this if I can. Oh, by the way, folks, just so you know, this is London Tech. But one of the parts of doing London Tech is that going forward there will be a review of this. So we'll basically review it, and it's not like his set. It's not like Tech set versus my set or nothing like that. We both just review the sets, like because we both got the same 2 sets.
Yeah.
And then we just come to the conclusion. Basically, is what is the final score and how have they done? And that's the cool thing about this one, because I'm not going out my way to beat him or nothing like that. It's just a case of where the scores are at the end of the stream or at the end of the review, which will come out in due course, folks. Come out in due course. I think there's an ATST one out there somewhere still.
I don't know where that footage is.
It's the lost footage. You'll find it one day. It will come back one day. The lost footage. But I've got stuff. I got stuff. Do you know what? I actually built a Lego set on a beach on the hottest day of this year, the hottest ever day ever recorded in England. And I was even chatting with my members on the Discord server, and to this day I still haven't actually edited it all up. And I've got that to do still. So I can be just as bad as you, mate.
There's crap, I just put that piece in there. That was wrong.
It's just sometimes the moment just goes, and you just kind of think, but I will get. I thought sometime between now and the end of November that'll be a quick video to get out.
That'd be a nice one to do on Christmas Day.
You're
at the beach.
it was lovely. I got some lovely scenes of it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we and this has been a cracking summer for us here in the UK.
Yeah.
It really has. Right, let me see if I can start recording a bit of that. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Taking my life into my own hands by doing it on this. Right, here we go. So
is there anyone else in chat that's got both of these sets?
Yeah, we've got to have someone out there that's got them.
Surely.
Right,
Ark and Tim might. Mickey Bricks might.
Yeah, he collects quite a lot of stuff like that, doesn't he?
Although Tim's got the one of my favorite, most extensive UCS / custom UCS set collections.
Custom UCS? What's all that about?
Like he's got a lot of like brick vault models and things like that.
Really?
Yeah. Went very under the we just started chatting one evening and just next minute I was just getting all these pictures from around his room of like all these, like he's got the big Zeta class shuttle that I want to build from Brick Vault. Yeah, Tim, I can't even remember now what some of the other ones were, but yeah, I'm sure if Tim's out there he'll share. He's got some really, really cool custom sets.
Oh, dude, I mean, we'll put it this way, right? One day soon, I say one day soon, probably in the next 6 months, I've got a custom AT-AT that I've got to start taking apart. Yeah. Because I might have another one. Who knows? We'll see. And do you remember we bought the TIE bombers from them and things like that?
Mate, we did. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going back. I want a TIE bomber, man. And
Greg, I've got an idea. Let me put it in chat.
It's just got to be done, folks. You know what I mean? It's just got to be done. Hey, Trevor, we were talking about you earlier on. Have you got that cater room yet? Hope you've had a good weekend, Trevor. All right.
Hello, Trevor. How you doing?
Oh, let's have a look at that.
Pods are saying how the build's going. Yeah, so far so good. So I'm on the one of the wings. I'm really loving this
Good idea. Good idea, mate. Good idea.
Yeah. I thought so. But yeah, the strength in this wing. So the wing would be quite weighty, as you can imagine. Like it's quite a sizable.
They're long.
Sizable wing, yeah. So they've actually used like ball joints, and they've put two next to each other so it works as a hinge as opposed to like a rotatable feature. But yeah, the strength in it is really good. So I like that a lot.
I love it, mate. The wings are massive on those.
Yeah,
they really are.
Huge.
I tell you what, right? I'll be up for a UCS Krennic shuttle.
I see the there's one built by Cave God who also did like a UCS 8080. He's done a couple of the Brick Vault. I think he did the Zeta class shuttle as well. I could be wrong on that, but which is the big shuttle from Rogue One. But
oh yeah.
I really want to build the UCS Krennic shuttle, and it's not horrible in terms of the price. Like I feel like when I looked once before, it was like you could get the pieces if you wanted, like most of them new, for like £400-500.
Yeah.
Which like UCS scale for a custom ship with a nice stand and like it wasn't awful. So
well, that's why I'm sort of thinking doing the TIE bomber, because that would basically go back to where we was thinking all that time ago, you know.
Yeah.
With all that. All right. And I love the TIE bomber. Like
yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's like right way around. So that one goes there.
And Scotty, hello everyone. How you doing?
Hey, Scotty, good to see you, dude.
Brighter Switch Bricks is here. Hey, Lauren.
Thank you for joining us, Lauren. I sent her a little message. It was funny enough. I messaged her before we started streaming.
Yeah,
and she got in touch, and I said, "Oh, just if you fancy it, pop over to my channel. You'll find the boys doing their thing." And here she is. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Hope you've all had a good weekend, actually. I always like doing these Sunday streams because I'm kind of feel like, and the reason I like doing it is because I like being like top of the weekend is Friday evenings, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And then to sort of finish it off on a Sunday is kind of, I don't know, just like it. It's quite a pleasant thing, really. It feels very balanced.
Yeah.
So I always try and do them as often as I can, and there's always I don't do it too often, but like I say, folks, next weekend I'll probably get a video out of my thoughts on the good, the bad, and the build. Just a short review on that. Should be nice. Out of the things you've done this year, Tech, or at least ones that you can mention anyway, which ones are you the most proud of that you've done this year? Tell us a bit about your handiwork. But you know what I mean? Because I was thinking.
No, I don't know what you mean, Greg. What do you really mean? What do you really mean, Greg? Because I'm not quite sure.
I didn't say. I signed an NDA. What can I say? And I don't know, man. I was just like, for me, the best thing I've done on my channel. I mean, other than having members, I never used to have members. This year was the first year I ever did it, and I remember I was talking to Tech at 6:30 in the morning, walking over London Bridge in the city, saying to him, "Oh, should I?" But anyway, other than members, which I absolutely adore, and got a lot of time for a lot of people on that. In terms of content, the good, the bad, and the build is one of my favorite things I do.
Yeah,
on my channel, it really is. How about you? Well, because I still to this day loved you doing Disney December that time you did it. It's still to this day, I get excited just thinking about that, and I like looking back at them. So, what would you say was like one of the cool things that you've done this year that you?
I mean, like without shadow of a doubt, the 24-hour live stream was,
of course,
top tier. Like I think it just went really well. Everyone showed up, and the support was just like out of this world incredible. And it's something that I will absolutely never forget. Like, never ever forget. It was amazing. in terms of YouTube content, I mean, I've not posted I started the year off quite strong. I was posting like a couple of times a week and stuff, but then, yeah, I just kind of ended up doing more live streams. But like the 69-second reviews are fun. Like if I can get a set early, then I'll jump on that.
Yep.
That's quite fun. It's quite a nice format.
Definitely.
And
they fly. Some of those fly, man. And
yeah, some of them do. Yeah, like I said, if you can get a set that's early or a character appears in a show and you can jump on the hype, then yeah, they tend to do quite well, which is always good. It's always a bonus.
Definitely. Oh, Chicago, that was a big thing as well, wasn't it?
Chicago was great fun. I've done every Lego Star Wars set from there, which is good. It's probably come out 4 months too late to get any serious traction, but no.
You've had quite a different year to last year, haven't you? I mean, it's been fundamentally different.
Yeah, completely. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. I have had a lot of fun this year. And yeah, just be interesting to see what the rest of the year brings. I've got, as you said about the Disney December, I think The Mandalorian season 3 is coming back in about March time. So I'm thinking Mando March might be on the
Mando March.
starting to plan some content ideas for then, and hopefully I can get a lot of it like pre-filmed, so I'm not actually trying to worry about posting. I think I'll probably do like maybe every other day or like 3 or 4.
It's hard, mate.
It is difficult. It is really difficult with the job and stuff. It's
good question, Stad. Do you know what? Right, I got this. It's made by a company called, I got it on Amazon, so I didn't want to get it anywhere. Lamical it's called. There you go, Lamical. And do you know what? I got it literally as just a stand for my phone, right? But it doubles up as a brilliant stand for when you're filming stuff using your phone as well. So yeah, I recommend it, mate. It's pretty solid as well. It's made of metal, so go and get it. It's on Amazon. Bright Switch Wicks, the beautiful Lauren, she says, always fancy the boys. What can I say? Thank you so much. That's made my day, that is. I've still got it, Tech. I still got it. I think Tech, we could be on. He could. He's old. He's young enough, I think, to technically he could be my stepson. That'd be scary, wouldn't it? Imagine
grandson.
A grandson, cheeky son. He's got knees like an old man, though, from what I've heard. Oh, we've got CT Builds out there as well. Hello, CT Builds. How you doing? It's a very Star Warsy.
Don't be silly. I unfortunately tell you, I think it's, or at least the last one down south. The last Brick Festival was yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it because I had to work. But yeah, so a couple of the guys that usually part of the collaboration stuff that we do went down there and had a good time, it seemed. So
where was that? Was that the one in Kent? Because I know that
Milton Keynes, that one.
Oh, Milton Keynes, yeah.
Yeah. But just the thing is, like with more of them popping up, and Milton Keynes isn't far from me. I would have gone if I didn't have to work. But yeah, with more of them popping up, like there's like I said, I've done quite a few of them this year. I think I've displayed at 3 of them now. That's
really good, man. I mean, that's like I've not done anything like that, and that is proper consuming time wise.
Yeah. So yeah, there'll be a video this week coming out from the Oxford one. Again, like just so backlogged with I've been filming still loads, but it's just slogging through editing. I'm just not enjoying it as much.
No, it can be a pain, that, mate. It can be a massive pain. But are you still enjoying doing the Lego stuff? Because I'm seeing people dropping off a bit, and where they're sort of saying that their lives are returning back to normal and things like that.
No, I am still enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying different aspects to so like when I first got back into it, just the sheer collecting of it was like the biggest driving thing for me. But as I've just like completely run out of space, that just very like the sheer just collecting trying to get everything at a decent price, like you just have to start tailoring your collection at some point. And so I think a lot of this year and why I haven't made as many videos and stuff has probably been down to the fact that there was a good chunk of the year where, I mean, even now this room is an absolute state and it's just like covered in Lego. And because I am limited to this room, to have all my Lego, and I mean I can have stuff up in the loft space like packed away, but it's not particularly accessible. So I've got to be quite selective of what goes up there or like what I keep down here. That's easy access. So yeah, so for a lot of it, that's been that kind of turned me off a little bit, but the community has very much kept me in it. Going to Chicago and stuff, meeting all the people from America was absolutely insane, and an absolute highlight of the year. And I mean more than that, actually, probably a highlight of like being a part of this community. It was very good fun. So yeah, so I'm starting to get back into a place where I'm a bit more comfortable.
But it's good that you're kind of expanding a little bit, stretch it out, because like you're doing the right thing. You're basically, how can I put it? You're running out of space and stuff like that, but you're diversifying and you're doing other things. But you're still, because I always think being an AFOL isn't about having loads of Lego folks or having all the space for the Lego. Time, space, and money. They're the three things. You could have two of them, but you'll never have all three of them. Yeah. And being an AFOL is kind of like a mind thing, It's a measure of your mind. We've got Brixine out there as well. Say morning, everyone. Brixine, what time is it? What time is it in New Zealand? Because it's 7:30 here, but for me, in my head, I keep thinking it's about knocking on 9 o'clock. I'm sort of thinking I'm going to get the hot chocolate and Horlicks out in a minute and put my slippers on. Get the smoking pipe out.
Oh my god, Dad!
Hey, you laugh, but you'll do it one day. You're like, I quite like this. Great to see you, Richard.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Welcome to the week, my friend. We've got Trevor out there as well saying, hey, Rich. You're welcome, Irish fan of Lego. Irish fan of Lego is messaging me on Instagram as well. Good to see you, dude. Studsy says he's always on Friday night. Brick Streams, interesting guy. He's got hands for running that show, it seems. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, look at that. We're SAR. That's changed so much this year, and they're into sort of like season 3 of that. Right, what are we on to? I'm on bag 6 now. This is looking amazing. It really is. The shape of it is phenomenal. It really is. But yeah, I think I'll just carry on. Maybe I'll play that other video a little bit later. But I pre-sorted. That's the other thing I did before this stream. I pre-sorted it, so I'm kind of. And basically, there's so much black in this. So it's basically I put there's two lots. There's every other color and black. That's it. There's just 2 trays of that. It really is. But yeah, good to see you, dude. And yeah, Brixie. We won't talk about how Chelsea did over the weekend. But what I will say is, what is up with that away kit of yours? It's beige. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, do you like it? I mean, why? Yeah, tell me, why is it beige? It's like, I thought at first, probably they're running around naked. And then I was like, no, they're not actually. That's just the colour of their kit. Maybe they're trying to put off the opposition. I don't know. And so how's Reading season going then?
Do you know what? It had a very good start. And then we've sort of dropped it. We're top of the league for quite a while. But yeah, the last few games, I think we're about. I don't know where that loss puts us. I think we could have went up to 5th. I think we were like 7th or 8th before the game yesterday. So we're sort of floating in and around the playoffs. Maybe we could have a push for playoffs this season, which could be interesting.
And I'm curious, and I'm sure you're going to say yes, they are. But is your league having a break for the?
Yes, yeah, because me and for God knows how many years now, me and my granddad always used to go together, but we didn't renew our season tickets this year. We got a bit fed up from it from the last year. We were like, nah. And then they start doing well. It's typical, right? But no. So they're starting to. I was looking at the fixtures this week, and I was like, oh, I want to take my granddad to a game because we haven't been in a while. We said we'd still go to the odd one and that. but we're trying to get sort of a Saturday fixture because he's getting a bit older. He doesn't want to be out sort of late, particularly late in the week, and that again, especially this time of year, it's starting to get chillier in the evenings and that.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair enough.
so I was looking at fixtures, and then I think we've got one Saturday game before the end of the year, and it happens to be AFOL Day on the 10th of December.
Oh no!
So I can't do it. So it'll be one for next year, I think. But to be honest, if they're still sort of floating in and around the playoffs come Christmas, I might get a half season ticket. I might get a ticket for the second half of the season.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right to do.
Yeah, it was the problem was like Reading's ticket prices are always, well, at least for, they've got like categories. They do like I think child ticket is up to either 16 or 18, and then they do like an 18 to 21, and then a 24, like a 21 to 24 price, and it's always quite reasonable. But last season I got it as a present from like my nan and my granddad and my mum and stuff for birthday.
Wicked present.
Yeah, but like this year coming after to turn around and spend £500 in the middle of summer, I'm like, oh, they're not playing well. Like, can I be asked? So, but yeah, so I might come the new year, I might think about getting it.
Yeah, it's good. Honestly, spend as much time with your granddad as you can. Magical times, they really are. Yeah. Good chance for Hamilton today. Must be in the Formula One. Potter out, and unsurprisingly, because I did wonder, Brixie, he hates it. Their away kit, it's beige, it's Magnolia. I've never seen anything like it.
Magnolia.
That
takes you back to working in home base.
It's a terrible kit. I was like, even my wife, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Even she's been, that's horrible, isn't it? Like, give me a, I don't know, a full pink goalie outfit any day over that.
Oh mate, you should. Reading had a kit when I think it was the year our Thai owners tech designer.
That one's a bit more withered, I'd say. That one, it's kind of the slim version, the type that you can't grab hold of, like those rugby ones.
Oh, dear. But no, Reading had a kit a few years ago, and it was African violet. It was quite something.
Bricks is saying, "'Tis the season, such good Bricks." Hopefully, you won't. This is it now, folks. It's all countdown now to Christmas. It really is. I had a plumbing topic. He's a toffee fan. 14 years in a row, but didn't renew this season for the first time. Why is that? Why is that topic? Why is that, Rosie?
They had a bit of a stinker last year, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I thought they were going to get relegated. I genuinely thought. I thought the unthinkable. I thought they were going to go down.
Well, they were the last team in the Premier League to have never not been in the Premier League. Or so? Like one of the last teams that have...
Yeah, probably that's not been relegated. Yeah, could be.
Maybe take away like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. Maybe I can't remember.
There can't be many. There can't be many like that. I'd love to say West Ham was one of those teams, but we'd love.
Oh mate, I love West Ham in the Championship. That season that us and Southampton went up, that was an insane season. I think I told you before, but my mate, we were in sixth form at the time, and my mate was a West Ham fan, and a lot of the times he didn't have. If Reading were playing away, I'd used to go up to Upton Park with him and watch West Ham. It was man, what a time.
I loved Upton Park, man. Like the opposition, of course. They'd be taking their penalty. They'd be taking their. I need to call it a penalty then. Blimey, you wouldn't take a penalty from a corner. So they'd be taking their corners, right? You could literally lean forward and just grab hold of them.
Yeah,
we could. Oh, the abuse I used to give them. Like, literally, I'd be that bloke in the corner doing all this.
A football game.
Yeah, I've got records of being there, believe me. But yeah, I used to love it. In the South Stand, we used to sing.
Where were the away fans? Was that South Stand or was that?
No, they wouldn't go in the South Stand. They go. Actually, no, they did. They did go in the South
Stand. The bottom behind the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Basically, they were easy to aim for.
Wait, we played West Ham that season. We went there and we won 4-2. Oh my god, unbelievable game! And then I think we beat you 3-0 at home as well. Jimmy Kebe pulled his socks up. Can you remember that?
No, strangely enough. What year was that? This was in
20. Oh man, what 2014? No, 2012, 2013. Did we go up? Yeah, I think it was the 2012, 2013 season. We won the league. You came second, and Southampton No, you won the playoffs. Southampton come up second.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we beat you. Yeah, I think Jack Collison got a red card because Jimmy Kebe pulled his socks off and then he 2-footed him. Quality stuff.
Oh man, those are the days. I think we had like Jimmy Quinn in our team then, and like Trevor Morley, Ian Bishop. Anyone remember Kenny Brown, Kenny Brown Jr., Steve Potts, Phil Parks, Ludic Miklosko. Anyone remember him? Ludo.
Yeah, that sounds before my time. I was gonna say you had like Mark
TV.
Noble, Kevin Nolan.
Yeah.
Who was that big striker?
In that case, yeah. That's like the next generation. That was.
Yeah, Colton Cole.
Yeah. What was the other Cole as
Jack
well?
Collins. Oh, Joe Cole.
Joe Cole. Yeah. He was a great player. He went for injury. He would have been a brilliant player.
Yeah. Trying to think who else you had that season. Is it Nicky Maynard? I think you had. Yeah. Oh, mate, that was a great time.
Okay, got those stickers on there. Not too bad. Loads of chat going on out there, which is lovely to see. You beautiful people. Don't forget, do us a little favour. Use the force. Come on, folks. Use that force. We've got 30 of you out there. We've got 30 thumbs up as well. Let's just squeeze in a few more. Phone up your old girls or something like that. Get them to tune in as well and give us a thumbs up. That makes sense. It won't cost them anything. We've got fireworks going off. Of course, we've got firework night coming up in a few days.
Yeah. The Americans don't celebrate that, do they?
They don't. I mean, it's still pretty popular around here, fireworks night, because there's fireworks been going off here for like a couple of weeks now. It feels like.
Yeah, so I prefer fireworks night to Halloween, to be honest. I only really started celebrating Halloween when I started going out.
Yeah.
We didn't really do it at school too much. Like I said, it was just like fancy dress when we were going like, on a night out and that. I've had some great Halloween costumes, if I do say so myself.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
Have you ever shared the pictures with them?
The one that you're on about. Okay, yeah. Because was that Hive's Halloween stream? It was, wasn't it?
I don't know. Was it? I just thought you had a bit tipsy and just jumped.
Oh no! No, I feel like it was. I feel like Hive did a Halloween fancy dress. I feel like that was for Halloween. Maybe that was 2 years ago.
It probably was, mate. In that case,
man. Oh yeah, the fireworks you had were probably for Diwali, Greg. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, could be. I know that does happen. That does go on around this time of year. But yeah, I live on the sort of cusp of a valley, so I get to sort of see stuff from quite a way away, which is nice.
We do fireworks on 4th of July to celebrate our freedom from you guys.
Yeah. That's fair enough as well. But I mean, some would argue. It always seems to be though. Whenever we're in turmoil, the Americans are doing all right, and then as soon as we get out of our turmoil, it turns back to the Americans again,
taking turns.
We still haven't got a trade agreement with the Americans yet, which is beggars belief. I can't believe that.
No, none of our prime ministers have been in long enough to ever sit down and chat to them. Probably.
Bloody joke there, mate.
It's a revolving door.
It is. I think he's going to settle down now, though. I think
for 2 years.
Yeah. But there is no alternative at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know. But time will tell, mate. Time will tell. We just need to settle it all down. We've got there. Carrie. I should carry that. Oh yeah. Carrie Diwali cricket. No, you're quite right there, Carrie. It says we do fireworks 4th of July, celebrate the freedom, you guys. Yeah, come on, you must be thinking, what would it have been like if you'd stuck around? You know what I mean? Fireworks here symbolize the bombs, etc. It's a fireworks holiday. Yeah, I suppose they do actually, in some respects. As don't well, terrorism really. In some respects, you could look at it at. Depends how you want to look at it. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't. When you look back on it, it's a bit like with Star Wars now. Years ago, I used to think, well, they were kind of the rebels were quite, you could argue that they were guerrilla warfare, sort of almost terrorism,
I mean,
and that is kind of being painted now a little bit, isn't it?
That's what I think is so interesting about Star Wars as it does expand, and we're getting all these new stories and shows and stuff. A bit like I was saying with the Jedi earlier, like what was once very the rebels are good, the Imperials are bad, very black and white. There is so much gray, and I think the prequels really opened this up. Is that it's not black and white. Like it was a lot more complex than the Jedi are fighting for good, and the Imperials are this horrible. I mean, they still are to a certain extent, but yeah, it's just not as cut and dry as. Not everyone necessarily on the Imperials are quite as evil as were initially kind of perceived, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, you're completely right. And do you know what? You're talking about Tales of the Jedi. If they did Sith or something like that, I'd like to see, I'd like to see a bit of redemption, right? I'd like to see Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren do some stuff.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, I'll be up for that. Because dude, come on, we need some Kylo Ren sets or something like that. Like, he was pretty good, man.
We're stricken dry. To be like, as much as I guess they're just not marketable, so that's why Lego's not doing them. But I still feel like there could be some good sequel sets that they could go and revisit at some point. And like I said, Kylo Ren was still a really cool character, at least, or at the very least, like just aesthetically. Like we never got his TIE Whisperer from the ninth film.
No,
like, that would have been a really cool ship to get.
His silencer was so good, man.
Yeah, man. I know. I still need to build. That's the set I need to build. I need to do a bit of a Kylo Ren.
So good, honestly, it's so good. I was like, man, this is so good. Love it. There was some good stuff in those films, man. There's some. I enjoy them. I really did. Like Praetorian Guards.
I can find some. I can find some enjoyment out of pretty much all of Star Wars somewhere along the line. Like,
there's holes in it. Don't get me wrong. There's holes in it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But over the years, the prequels have proven to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that is down to the Clone Wars cartoon.
For sure, yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I got a question for you, actually.
Yep.
Who in, Ahsoka, there's that episode where, and it's a really, really good episode, where she's getting trained by Anakin, by the clones. And they're shooting them, and I loved it when they went through the different time phases as well. Phase 1 and then phase 2. Yeah, very clever. And you know, I didn't even catch that first time. It wasn't until the second time that I caught that.
Yeah,
and I thought, oh, that's so cool. But when she was being trained in the temple, and there was, and she had those new kind of. They're kind of like new little droids that were kind of firing stuff at her and stuff like that, and they were doing like a sort of Fortnite thing where she was in a blue tube. Yeah, that was really cool. But there was a young Jedi in there watching.
There was
with a female Jedi. Who was that?
That was Caleb Doom, or later to be known as Kanan Jarrus.
Ah, that's what I thought. I thought it was. Yeah, that's where I would have put my money. I just wasn't 100% sure.
It was so. I brought this off my stream because Sam and Matt and Rosie will banter me loads because every time, and Lauren as well, every time I bring up Rebels, they say take a drink. But actually, like that to me felt like a really, really weird. Like it just kind of seemed weird that you had like Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan watching Ahsoka train. Okay, fair enough. Like they're all on the council. Anakin there being her master made sense. And then just like randomly in the corner, you've got Kane or like Caleb Doom, and then Depa Billabo as his master. Like it just seemed like really weird and like a really just like, oh, we're just gonna put him in for the sake of it kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. When the second time I watched it, and I was like, well, you don't come back into this again.
Yeah,
but he did in the Bad Batch, didn't he? In one of those.
So you see him in at the beginning of Bad Batch. I think he's also in a cut, like in one of the opening scenes of series 7 of the Clone Wars. I think he's like in in the room or in like a hologram with Depa Billaba in one of the last Clone Wars things, but could be wrong on that.
Yeah, he was good, man. I liked him. So anyway, that's so good. While you lovely lot are beaming in out there and tuning in, got 47 votes. That's really good. God, I'm well impressed for a Sunday evening. Thank you so much for that, guys. Let's see if we can get it up to 50 to kind of even it out. Very close at the moment. Inquisitor Transport Scythe is up to 38. Krennic's Imperials is 30. Undecided 23. And both as good as each other, 9. So it's super even, Tech. Really, really even.
Yeah. Very nice. Have you seen the new channel updates on YouTube, Greg?
Yeah, I'm seeing there's like a sort of different look to it all.
Yeah, they've kind of separated live streams from videos and from shorts and stuff.
Yeah, which I think is a great idea.
Me too.
I think that is such a good idea because we're doing all sorts of different content these days. And the only way you could split it out before for yourself was to do playlists.
Yeah,
and
so obviously because a lot of this year I've just been doing live streams and stuff, and there's not a great deal of watchability, like rewatchability or like searchability for live streams on YouTube. It's getting better, but there's not a great deal of it. So if you were to click on my YouTube page, it was just like live stream. So what I ended up doing was rather than like my opening tab just have my videos, I would take that playlist out and then create my own playlist called videos that just had my videos in it, so it looked like that was just all my recent uploads. But now obviously I don't have to do that because of
the split all out for us.
So it's good in that sense.
Hey, greetings, Titanium J. Good to see you, dude.
How you doing?
Hope all is well with you, dude. Yeah, it's good. It's they're kind of slowly changing things as well. Did you? I mean, I didn't change my handle at all because it was London Bridge Bricks. But did you do your one as well? Yeah,
I had the custom URL. I had the custom URL for Planet Tek, so it just I think I would have got that, so that should be all fine.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
I don't know what is the point of handles. I've not really looked into it, but.
So I think like now, and I did kind of notice it, but like just before that they announced the update, because if you were to put a link to someone's channel in the description or like on the community post, So like today you put the link of my channel. I think now if you put like at Planet Tek, not only will that serve as a link to my channel, I would get a notification. So it's a bit like on Facebook, Instagram,
that's cool.
You've been tagged in it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to update my descriptions with all that in it then.
Yeah. So I think it's just an easier way. You can just put at then the chat, like the channel.
Yeah.
And then it's just an easier way of cross-referencing.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And have you done anything? We're talking about different platforms now. But have you done anything on, say, Twitch or anything like that, mate? Is that floated your boat at all anymore?
I haven't. Like hindsight, like as I've been doing so much streaming, I probably should have been doing it on Twitch. But then I don't know if there's loads of audience for Star Wars, Lego Star Wars content on Twitch. So I'm not really sure. But I've not only sort of the occasional mockumentary and stuff with Claire. But yeah, not done too much over there. like I said, my streams on YouTube are kind of set up in a bit of a Twitch style where we've got like a currency and people can come and spend their stuff and stuff like that. Like, so that's quite fun.
That is fun.
But yeah, not really done too much else. I mean, even Instagram, to be honest, I use it to kind of promote the stream and kind of use it mainly as a tool.
You use it as a tool, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I use it. I use it for that as well. I just try and post a picture up at least 6 days of the week if I can. Five minimum, six the most. You know, it's good. And I do like. I genuinely do like Instagram. And I like photography, and that's kind of like Lego is my outlet for that as well. Yeah. So, you know, it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. And if anyone was starting these days, I'd still say that's the place to start at, because you can go live on it and things like that.
Yeah, it's come along a lot in the last few years. I think Instagram as a platform that can be just a bit more than post a picture and like an anonymous person behind. Because I think the reason you get invested in a lot of people for a lot of the thing is if you know their personality in a bit more, and sometimes that can be hard if you can't have like a live interaction or some form of video content to kind of illustrate that. If it's just if you're just reading a text all the time, even just little things to like know the person's voice. I think just reading stuff that they've written and picture it, like imagining them saying it, just helps for kind of, I don't know, just helps to make things a bit more personal. At least for me anyway, that's kind of how so now you can do like reels and videos and live streams and stuff on Instagram. It's a very good platform. But I will, as I post videos on the mocks that I've been displaying at conventions, I will start posting those on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, even if you just do random. Well, quite often though, when I go to them, I'll take a few pictures. But I won't show them all on the same day. I'll just show them back during the week. Do you know what I mean? It's like you sort of think, well, that's something, a bit of content, because it is content, and like all these things, the content leads back towards YouTube. Brickbods, let me know. You guys streaming tonight at 8:30? We'll be done and dusted by then. That's for sure. I say done and dusted. We won't be finished probably, but that's the idea of it, folks.
How many bags is that set, Greg? I can't remember now.
It's 8. I'm nearly finished bag 6.
Nice.
So. Okay.
So is there? So you've alluded to one set that you may or may not have purchased recently, or at least have a purchase has been made on your behalf, maybe. Is there many more sets this year out that you've kind of got your eye on picking up? Is there anything, like you said, Black Friday's coming up? Is there anything you're kind of keeping an eye on, hoping you can get a good discount for, or just kind of waiting and seeing really?
Well, some funny ones really for me. It's like the noodle shop or something like that.
Yep, nice.
You can get, because I want to buy a couple of those. I had a guy come on a couple of weeks ago from Denmark called Zabadak, and he'd done a mock where he'd bought 2 of them and modularized it, and I was like, yeah, that's bloody awesome. So wanted to do that. I really like the lighthouse as well. I love that one.
Okay, nice.
And I still want to do the city. Don't get me wrong. The city is still happening, and that's kind of grown a bit this year. But I need to get the buildings down and put them on Mills plates and stuff like that. And I've built the Mills plates. It really is just time. That's all it is. I need like a day. But then you sort of think, well, I could do with tidying the room up a bit. You know, I've got boxes and boxes to things to sort and things like that. So it's never ending. So. Yeah. I could literally do with taking a week off and doing nothing but devoting it to administrative things to do with Lego. Yeah. You know? Brickbods are saying, we are indeed building some friend sets as we are still a bit under the weather. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I mean, Lego friend sets, some of them look pretty good. I tell you what I do like, and if it goes cheap enough, I'll get it, is they got like a tree house.
Oh, mate, that's a good set. Yeah, that was a good set.
So that's kind of on my radar.
Yeah. Have you got the two? I know you're like me, Greg. You love a good boat. The houseboat. Have you?
I could get that. I haven't got that yet. Yeah.
Okay, that was one of the sets I got from Smith's because it's meant to be. Apparently, it's retiring at the end of the year. So I managed to get that for £42, and then they've also got Stephanie's sailboat adventure.
Okay.
So that retail I think is like 45, and it was down to 27 I think at Smith's. So I got that for like 23 pound or something.
Oh, dude, that's a really good deal.
So that was a really good deal. So I'm glad I picked that one up.
Just trying to think of any. Like, because I've been up to the Lego store a couple of times recently, and I've just walked through it, and I'm like, yeah, there's nothing I really, really want to get.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not a good deal. I'd get. There was that bigger truck that came out. It's a bit of a nothing truck. It looks like an old 50s truck from America, and so I could get that one if that's on a bit of a deal, but.
Yeah, I would advise some people that maybe have some sets from like City or friends to have a look at what's retiring soon on Lego.com, because there's actually a few surprises on there. Like some of the farm sets that come out in June are already retiring.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that, because there's the farm market one I want to get.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been one that Lego have got for retiring soon. So I would. At least in the UK, or when I was looking the other day, there's some really strange choices of sets. Like I said, a couple of those Mickey Mouse sets.
I want to get that car. You know, the one with Mickey Mouse dressed as a knight.
Yeah,
I've got to get that one. That's one I've got to get. So that's on my radar.
That might be one from Smith's, because that's, I think, retail 45. I think they've got that for 37 at the moment, so you could get that for 32. I think that's the cheapest I've seen that one go down to. So that one. Like I said, Smith's deal at the moment is very, very good. If you're looking at sets in that kind of like £30 to £60 range, you can get some decent deals on.
Yeah.
So I think that goes on to Wednesday, and then John Lewis have also got spend £60, get £10 off. I think spend 150, get 25 or something, and then I can't remember what it is. Yeah, but they got some spend threshold ones. Again, I think that shuts out this week at some point. Red Carnage is here. How you doing, Bobby? It's like an episode of Tech Productions. There we go. Very good, Carrie.
Tech Reductions.
If you don't know what to get, then just get a Pab Cup. Hey, Carrie, absolutely.
That's what I used to do, man. That's what I used to do. But I'm not joking. I've got about 30 Pab jugs here, and I'm scared to count them.
I know.
Like,
oh man.
Here we go.
That's the thing. Like, if it wasn't for the Pab wall, and like even build a minifigure recently has not been all that interesting to me. Like, I've not seen too much on there. Like, I just wouldn't be bothered by the Lego store.
Yeah,
I know I will make an excuse to go at any given opportunity.
Me too.
But like, I just very rarely pick stuff up. It's just like, I'll get a Pab Cup, but I bought so many, and I've got so many other pieces now that it's just like I really don't need any more. I'm trying. If I see Pab now, I'm trying to only get pieces that I actually have planned for a thing, rather than going, oh, that's a cool piece, I'm sure I'll use that somewhere, because then you end up with like really 500 carrots, and you're like, oh, what the fuck am I going to use these for?
No, you're right, mate. You're right. But that's because you're kind of running out of capacity a little bit.
Well, exactly. That's exactly it, mate. Yeah, that is exactly it.
And you know, you kind of go with it. But it's a nice place to be as well. You know, you're maturing up a little bit. You know what I mean? You're taking on different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, do us a favor, Brickbods, just before you start your stream, because we'll be winding down at around 8:30, probably about 25 past. Pop back in again when you're getting ready, and pop your link to your stream in the chat, please, Carrie. Or Carrie, I should say.
Do you think you'll have much more of the build to do left, Greg? Do you think you'll finish it off after the stream tonight, or do you think you'll leave it till?
I might do. I'm a bit hungry though, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I might just go and eat something to eat. I'm
Peppy.
starving. I spent a long time doing this. I'm home tomorrow, so I'll probably finish it off tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
There's no benefit necessarily for me to finish it off tonight, but other than just kind of finishing it off, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? Are you gonna soldier on?
I'm like halfway through bag 6, and then bag 7 is the final one. So I'll probably finish it off while watching the Brick Bods.
Exactly.
Get it done.
And then we can talk about when we want to do the review and we can get that out and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Have you what minifigures have you built so far?
So you know me, Greg. I like to leave the minifigures.
Oh, you're one of those, aren't you? You did it last. Yeah, I used to get that.
I've not built any of them yet, but I think they've all come out of the. Oh no, K2SO hasn't come out. Is still in the final bag. So yeah. Well, that's another reason why I want to get it built tonight. Otherwise, I just have minifigure heads rolling around the table.
Kerry, don't forget to check out Zavvi. And if anyone out there who's going to use Zavvi, if you want to, I don't want to be doing a hard sell here, but do us a favour. Use my affiliate link. You find it down in the description below. I love you even more, Kerry. We've got 49 votes at the moment, folks. Come on, we can hit that 50. We've got 36 thumbs up. Come on, let's get that to 40. We can do it. And we've got exactly 49 votes. Come on, let's get that up to 50. We can do it. We have the technology. Let's do that one there. Yeah, yonks ago, I used to always do the stickers and that. I never used to do the stickers.
Yeah, I remember you used to go off and do them separately, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't got the time in my life anymore to do that. So
you used to what was your technique for them? Did you have like window cleaner or something?
I just used hot washing up liquid, but
okay.
I would use the window cleaner. I just don't know what window cleaner stuff to use.
Yeah, I think a lot of Americans would said about Windex, but obviously I don't think we have that here, do we? So
I think so. No,
bit of Dettol or
we got Windies.
Windies, yeah.
Very useful after having a curry, that is. If you know, you know. I always look like I'm frozen on screen when I'm doing this.
You concentrate on the stickers.
I do. I really concentrate. I've got this thing that I built as well that I used to apply my stickers on. It's I was going to do a short about it actually, not short, a reel. And it's I remember there was that art one. He goes, "Oh, is that a piece of art?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh yeah, Picasso. I like it." So I just call it Picasso, which sounds like a crappy Citroen car, doesn't it? Apologies if anyone drives a Picasso.
I drive a Citroen, Greg.
Is yours a Citroen? Is it? I thought it was a Berlingo or something like that.
Oh no, I got Citroen Nemo. Berlingo's the Peugeot one, isn't it? They're literally the same van, aren't they?
I don't know me vans, mate. Sorry.
I do miss my VW Caddy, but it just got so expensive.
Oh, a Caddy, yeah. My old man had a Caddy.
Oh, mate, they're elite van. They're so good.
Elite van.
Oh man, it was so good. It had like the Golf Sports wheels. It was silver. Oh, it was beautiful. But yeah, it's just.
I never heard the passion behind someone's voice before about a van.
Mate, van life was great.
Did you used to put, one of these blokes used to put the mattress in the back or something like that?
No. There wasn't enough room for that.
Ah, we've got Musa out there. Musa Iqbal. He works in the Lego store in Leicester Square.
Oh, very nice.
Good to see you, Musa. Hope you've had a good week. Have you been working today, mate? We've got a deal. Musa gives me a thumbs up on my stream, and I'll give him a good comment if he says.
Nice. I like that.
So, out of curiosity, then, Tech, have you? What would you say has been one of your favorite Star Wars sets that you've built this year? Because this, for me, is probably going to be my favorite.
I think build wise, I think I'm with you. I think the Scythe has been my favorite. The ATT was meh.
Oh, was it? Was it really? Like,
well, I think, to be honest, I think it's probably because I've got 3 of the 2013 ones. I've got 2 of the 2008 ones, and it's not all that different. So I think it felt a bit similar to me. But I'm trying to think of other Star Wars sets I've built this year. I think I probably built the Mandalorian Starfighter this year. That was quite a fun one. I like that one. But again, I have the Pre-Vizslas one. So I think the Scythe.
That's a set. I definitely want to get that set, mate. That's on my Black Friday list. I haven't got that.
Oh, dude, that's again, that's a Smith's exclusive, isn't it? The Mandalorian Starfighter. So if you want to,
really?
that's you get that for £10 off at the moment.
All right, but it's Black Friday. That's the thing. I'm not going to get anything now. I'm like Black Friday.
I can't. Other than those Batman, like when they did the Batman, they did the £100 off the 1989 Batmobile, didn't they? And then they did, if you bought the Batwing, the next year they did, if you bought the Batwing and the Batmobile together, you got £100 off or something. I don't think Smiths, especially on their exclusive sets, I don't think they do very good deals on.
Oh, really?
On their, or at least on their exclusive sets.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see.
Everyone has Windex. It's a staple of cleaning across the globe. Is that right? He goes next in tomorrow. All right, mister. Good stuff. Well, I hope you have a good day, my friend. The kids are back at school, I think, this week, so it'll be quieter for you. Yeah, I forgot about that, the Mandalorian one. Because that could be quite difficult to get hold of, but from Lego. But
yeah, that's it. Yeah, the like I said, the Mandalorian Forge and the Starfighter are both Smiths exclusives, and they've never gone on an actual discount. It's only been when you got this like Smiths like spend 50, get £10 off, that you can actually get them for a reduced price.
Yeah,
so that's why I wouldn't hold your breath on getting a good deal on them for Black Friday, but we'll see.
Oh, I'll tell you another one I'd like to get on Black Friday.
Yep.
And it's definitely it's gone down. It's gone down to £60 recently, and that's the T-Rex one. You know, the one with the van that's upside down, or the Range Rover, or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I kind of just want that for the car. I kind of just want it for the truck.
Yeah. No, good shout, dude. Good shout. All right, there we go. There doesn't seem to be too much in bag 8, I don't think. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay. But like you say, whatever happens, folks, we'll be finishing at roughly around 8:30 anyway, maybe a few minutes before. So you guys can get yourselves over to see the Brick Bods. They are the staple choice on a Sunday evening.
Absolutely. Stud Sidious is saying some absolute fake news that Cadbury chocolate here tastes just like UK chocolate. That's false. They add stuff in the Cadbury chocolate so it doesn't melt as quick, and so therefore it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying actual imported Cadbury chocolate.
And we're allowed additives that the Americans aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it tastes really good here. American chocolate ain't all that, to be honest.
Oh, mate, it's crap.
it is honestly. I'm not joking, Stud. And Stud, you're European heritage. It's
You should know better.
yeah. Giving us all that July the 4th malarkey.
You may be independent, but maybe if you're with us, you get a decent bar of chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. And he's thinking, maybe the Brits weren't so bad after all.
We had some family emigrate over to Canada in probably like 2010, 2011, something like that.
Oh, nice.
And their only stipulation for if you wanted to go and stay with them was that you bought as much Cadbury chocolate as you could, because they couldn't get it in Canada.
That's it, man. That's it. That's what I do when I go to see family in America. They're like, bring the chocolates.
Yeah.
That's when they go nuts, when they go like Belgium and stuff like that. They're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this is like what real chocolate tastes like.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man. I mean, every shop in America's got aircon in it anyway, so
I know.
So do you reckon you'll finish that in time, or do you reckon you're...
Probably not. Like I said, I've still just finishing off bag 6, and I've still got bag 7 to go. So,
oh, yeah. Well, we're pretty close though, mate. We'll be damn close to it all.
Not bad, but... Not a bad showing.
We've got 38 thumbs up at the moment. Come on, folks, 2 more. Let's get to 40. We can do it. We've hit 51 votes, which is amazing. Thank you for that. And when are you streaming next?
I will be streaming next. I don't know if I'm streaming. I don't know what Claire's doing tomorrow. We might do a mockumentary over on Twitch tomorrow. On Tuesday, me, Rosie, Sam, and Lauren will be streaming on our 3 Brits and Witch channel. And I think Rosie's finally won and managed to persuade us to play Monopoly. So I think we're going to be streaming playing Monopoly. How that goes, I'm not too sure, but we'll be doing that on Tuesday. That'll probably be around 8 o'clock UK time.
That'll be a long stream, won't it?
Oh well, I think we've managed to convince him to do like a cap at like 2.5 hours or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, after that we'll just sell off.
He's going to be the banker.
Well, Rosie's adamant that he will be, but I'm not sure I trust him.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, man. It's all a bit sort of insidious, isn't it? Like
It is.
my game, I'll be the banker. And
Yeah, exactly.
my rules.
Exactly.
Even Carrie is kind of like Monopoly is the worst.
I don't mind Monopoly. I have the virtual game that we're going to be playing just doesn't look all that impressive. So I don't know. We'll see. There is a feature where you can flip the table over though, so I might just keep doing that.
So what's the idea behind that then? Why are you guys doing that? What's the...
Well, we were all just me, Sam, Rosie, and Lauren were all in a call one night, and we were just like, oh, it'd be cool if we could like just start playing games and stuff. Like, because it's like none of us like stream games per se, but we enjoy playing them and stuff. But yeah, we're just like, oh, if we started something, then we could like it would kind of keep us accountable almost. And keep us into a schedule of it. So yeah, it's just off the back of that really, and so we figured we'll just stream it, and once a week we'll allocate a bit of time to play some games. So
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And so it is a thing then. It's like a weekly thing that you guys.
Yeah. We'll be doing it. Like I said, every week. Depending on, it's usually around somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30. We usually kickstart on a Tuesday. For the most part. So,
and is that on anyone's particular channel, or is that on
so we've got a separate channel. It's called 3 Brits and Witch. So you can search for that, and yeah, it's.
So I'm presuming that Lauren is the witch.
Yes, most weeks.
I was going to say, how does that work out? Because her shift pattern and stuff like that, is it kind of
So,
mostly
yeah,
okay?
so Lauren's obviously the real MVP because she'll like if she obviously works nights, so she'll on her weeks that she is working, she'll get home, she'll sleep, and then she'll come and wake up for a bit, play for a bit, and then go back to bed before she then goes to work a bit later. So yeah, bless her. But yeah. That's good.
That's very cool, man. That's very cool.
Yeah, and we've set it up a bit like on my streams and on Twitch and stuff. We've set up a stream currency now, so you guys can come along and we set up like little bets and stuff you guys can do throughout the stream.
Nice, very interactive.
Yeah, I just try to keep it a bit more engaging.
I'm enjoying this. I mean, there's a lot of black in this set.
Yeah. I'm getting to that point with this one. It's just like, oh, it's just all black, but there is something really like sleek about it, isn't there? Like,
yeah,
very nice.
Well, that's why I'm continuously sort of wiping it as I'm making it.
Yeah. I do laugh when Richard's got his old Michael Jackson's glove on when he's doing his his streams. He's doing that.
I've never seen him do that. No.
He's got a glove when he builds like sets that are all black and that, and he wears that prints on.
Why is he got like with his sweaty fingers or something? Is it?
I don't know.
Like, that's weird. That's like Doc Samson, that isn't it?
That's
where he got the idea from.
I jumped in.
Doc Samson inspired him. I saw someone actually build Batmobile once wearing rubber gloves. That was weird, and they had to wear the rubber gloves because I think they had like there's something with their fingers where it was like eczema on it or something like that. And the video did really, really well, but they never did any more. And it was like, but it wasn't like a normal sort of glove, but it just went to your wrist. It went right up their arm. I was like, I mean, it's a bit like one of those ones that the vets use or something, you know.
Or your doctor.
I was like watching. The more I watched it, the more I sort of thought, oh, I don't know if I feel comfortable watching this. Like a calf could just be delivered any second there. Or something like that, you know?
You want to head over to Black Glove Bricks?
Yeah, Black Glove Bricks. Yeah.
I don't know why you haven't got them on London Calling yet, Greg. That would be a good guest to have on.
Be different, wouldn't it? Yeah, they'd have to. Yeah. I wouldn't say much. They're boring in their mouth, probably, or something. Right, where am I going? I need a wedge. I need a 1x4 wedge. There we go. What's going on out there? We've got two indie kids. Hello, mate. Evening, Greg. I'm a little late to this party. Good to have you here, mate. Do us a favour. Give us a thumbs up. We try to get the 40 at the moment. Do you know two indie kids? Because he goes to the brick conventions.
I don't know if I do or not.
Yeah, he's a top bloke. Rock and roller. Very nice guy.
I don't know if I do. Well, hello to Indie Bricks.
Minifig who Greg's been watching too much All Creatures Great and Small. That's Sonic again, that is. I remember it first time around. Right, let's look at this. Right, it goes like that.
Carrie says, I find those streams frustrating because I want to play too. Carrie, if you want to sub me in for Monopoly, crack on. Oh man, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah, what can possibly go wrong?
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I said, there's a feature where you can flip the table, so I might just keep doing that. Wind everyone up. I've seen Tech at shows, but not had a chance to say hello yet. Well, their next show. What's your next show that you're going to? I know that we're like pretty much done for this year. I think the next Brick Festival I'll be doing is Bournemouth. I think that's February next year.
Okay.
So if you're going to be at that, to Indie Kids, then definitely come say hello.
He's quite approachable, folks. He doesn't bite.
I don't. I may look like I'm not having a great time, but usually when someone comes over and says, well, I do do chuck a big smile on my face. The weirdest thing was at Reading Brick Show this year. Me and Sam, the guy was walking. We were just walking around the mocks and stuff. And it was obviously very busy at Reading, like
mega busy.
And this guy come up to us, and that was the first time I was like recognized.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, in fact, maybe we've been recognized. No, I think maybe we got recognized at London a couple of weeks before, but because we were with SW, we figured it was just because of SW.
Is he still like getting into every photograph?
Yeah, literally. So a guy come up and he was like, "Oh, you're Planet Tek." I was like, "Yes, I am, sir. Nice to meet you." And he's like, then he realized Sam was there. He's like, "Oh, Sam." And then he was like, "Can we take a picture?" It's like, "Yeah, of course we can."
Sam didn't want to charge him, though, did he?
What's that, mate?
I said Sam didn't want to charge him for the photo.
He tried. No, I'm joking. No, Reading was good this year, man. I enjoyed it. I ended up going both days because I didn't film. I have football actually, and so I couldn't stay particularly long.
Because you went back after I left, didn't you? Didn't you go back there?
I went back the next day. I went back on the Sunday to film. But I think Reading I'm going to try display at next year. And I think because it's like it's a local one for me. So
yeah. So it's on your doorstep. Minark is still local to there as well, isn't he?
Yep, Mark came down, so that was good. The Brick Bods came up. But yeah, Reading I really want to display at. I think I'm going to try display at Bournemouth next year for the Brick Festival. London, I think me and a few of us are going to do the one of the Comic Cons because Brick Festival have their own area at one of the conventions, the big London conventions. So
that'd be cool.
I think we're going to do that for the weekend. And then I think we might go. I might go up to Manchester, but I probably won't display it for that one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try for Manchester this year as well, or next year.
It was really good fun. Me and Mark went last year. It was vicious, did I say? Yeah, it was good.
Well, the year's going quick, man. The year is going
flying, man, and that's like that stuff all feels like a couple of weeks ago, whereas that was like the beginning of the year. All those conventions were like February, March time.
Yeah, it's definitely shaping up nicely. This is I love all the tiles on it, man.
There's
so many tiles. Like this is proper snot, isn't it? This
is. It is. It's one of those sets that really like building those different sections and then putting it on the model. Actually, I mean the techniques on that one are definitely more advanced and a lot like more modern than this, but it is a lot of the same kind of thing. Is like you're building sections and then you add them to the main, like the panel for the model.
Do you know what? I'm curious. Do you reckon this was done by the same designer?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. The thing with a lot of Star Wars stuff, that I think they, especially the bigger sets, I think a lot of them all have a hand in different parts of them. So I imagine a lot of it is there's so many people that have so many different parts, and I'm sure the set will get passed around a lot of the crew before it gets to its final stage. But yeah, I imagine there's a lot of I imagine some of the same people worked on it for sure.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna finish off this piece I'm doing here, this panel, and then I think we can sort of start winding down a little bit, mate.
Yep, sounds good.
And then you'll see, you guys and girls out there will see the finished article in due course when we come back to doing our review. And it's kind of like we do review the sets kind of separately, but with a bit of comparison in there as well. But you will see all about it in due course. Red Carnage saying, any of you UK guys going to the Bristol show in November? That's not a million miles away from you, dude.
That's not, like I said, I'm quite fortunate actually, where I'm quite central to a lot of these. Is that the one that's in like the shopping centre? Because the last time is it the Gertlug one? Because the last I was in Bristol like the weekend before that one last year, and the space looked like really, really small, so I didn't end up. I was thinking about going, but I actually have some friends in Bristol, so I should probably go to the convention and then meet up with them after or something. It'd be a good excuse to get down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might do actually. I might do Bobby. What's the date for that one? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that. What's the date for that one, Red? Let us know. Hey, Nicole. Good to see you.
Hey Nicole, good to see you. Hope you are well. Yeah, Nicole, it wasn't all on this stream. Greg did a bit of pre-building.
I did a little bit of pre-building, a tiny little bit of pre-building. The tiniest of tiniest. I wish. There has been a really easy one. Like, if we had like another hour, I'd finish it easily.
Oh yeah. I need like another 20 minutes or so. We're pretty much nearly there.
Yeah, but I think now's probably I finished that panel. There we go, folks. Look, that panel, that side's all done and dusted.
Nice.
It is really nice. I mean, I love. You know what it is? I just love the way the color reflects off everything.
Yeah.
And then when you get like these arch pieces here, and always looks like sort of a kind of gold pieces, but in kind of like a platinum, bulletin, bullion, I should say. Just the way the light kind of fractates after it. But yeah, Brickbots, don't forget, stick your link in, please. Feel free to stick your link in. So anyway, folks, I really like this set. I think it's really good. Once again, thank you, Zavi, for sending this my way. It's a very, very cool set, and I'd highly recommend it to everyone, folks. Tex built it previously as well, and he really enjoyed the build. And I just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. Let's have a look at this this survey before we go. Let's pop that on. The figures are really cool in both sets, and like I say, folks, I know I keep saying it because I want to make sure you guys do remember it. We will be doing a review comparing the both. Right, okay, so here we go. Off the bat, then, this is the question. Off the bat, what is your fave shuttle? Inquisitor Transport Scythe got 37%. Krennic's Imperial Shuttle got 29%, which is still really good. Undecided 24%, so there's a lot of swinging votes in there. And both as good as each other, 9%. Altogether, 54 votes, so phenomenal. Thank you for that, everybody. Thank you as well, Tech, for joining me on this one. This has been a brilliant... I mean, let's try not to do one in like a year's time. Let's try and maybe do one.
We'll get one. We'll start. Hopefully in the new year we'll get another one in.
And I just want to say as well, thank you to everybody. And it's been really good fun, Tech. I totally enjoyed kind of chilling with you and stuff like that. It's been really nice. It's very relaxing. This is a completely different vibe to London Calling. It really is, folks. Hans got his says bye, everyone. Take care, dude. Honestly, Red Carnage, lovely to see you, my friend. Gaza. He's saying he said the 19th and 20th of November is the Bristol show.
Okay, cool. I might have to. I might have to have a look at that one.
He goes, and Red's saying it's in a cricket club. He goes, I believe, Thomas, 19th, 20th, it's the last big shows relative to the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Nice one, Red.
I'll have a look at that one. Wicked. Cheers, Bobby.
Check it out. Studsidious, thank you for tuning in tonight, mate. Nicole, lovely to see you. Beetle Jace, thanks for being out there, mate, for today. Bricking Brood as well, thank you. We've got the two indie kids as well. Always fun seeing you out there. Titanium J, lovely to see you as well, dude. Hope all is well in your world. We've got Dujud out there as well, Dujud 20. Musu Iqbal as well. Hope next week is a little bit quieter without all the kids being on half term there, mate. And who else we got out there? I think Matt Elder was out there, to name but a few peeps. This has been London Tech. Really enjoyed it. It's been a really, really cool session. And it won't be too much longer, folks. And we'll actually have these sets built. But anyway, as for now, Lego. It's a wonderful thing. And always remember this, folks, right? We build together, we smile together, and Lego is a wonderful thing, and each and every one of you peeps out there are too. Take care, look after yourself, have a wonderful week. Tune into the Brick Pods, they'll be kicking off round about now. And on that note, cheerio. See you very, very soon.
Shout out Macro Bricks for that another $10 donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Macro. Really appreciate it, mate. Canadian dollars are always welcome. Everybody.